Yeah, we're about to get into it. We're about to talk about Gasemup. I'm tired of your bitch ass thinking that you're gonna be slick around this motherfucker. No, you're not. No, you're not. And before Kafaro gets rid of or Kazarian gets rid of the video, I'm gonna have to showcase what happened. So just wait a sec, y'all. I'll be there in just a minute. Here we go.
I'm not gonna defend any coon and whatnot if he was selling other black people and whatnot. All I'm saying is, you know what, man? I'm just gonna come to the same conclusion on this, right? Yeah, let's just close it on this. I don't want to get into this because the thing is, I know my personal feelings, and I know there are way worse things that are probably happening amongst black on black, and I don't want to get into.
I agree. I've never
worse things. You know what I mean? Where that shit did happen. But way worse things could.
I said genocide. I didn't involve like Nakmeezy.
I know you did it. I know you did it.
I didn't involve white people. So here's the thing, Musanda. Listen. Black people commit, black people commit atrocities. We know this. This happens, and we don't excuse it. It's fucked up and it's wrong. We need to fix that. We need to have empathy towards each other. But unfortunately, that's not how power works, right? If somebody got power, they're gonna want to do what they got to do, and you just got to be powerful enough to fight back or give them a reason not to come fuck with you. You get what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is that he came on here while we were having a great conversation. I never told anybody to invest with me or his affiliate link. I don't own Interactive Brokers. I don't own Zen Business. I don't own nothing there, right? All I said was that you should have a business account. And then when this guy IC3, because he was writing that in the chat, and then Nakmeezy was like, he looked like one of the Mortal Kombat dudes or whatever with the cap on his head. And I now said, cool, if you don't like Zen Business, you can just go to your regular attorney, right? Your attorney will register your company. You'll get an EIN number, and then you take that EIN and you open up a business bank account, and you can start doing business. And I said, if you want to send cell phone products.
I will be back later to talk about the Rob Rack situation, but before I do that, I wanted to talk about what's going on right now on Kazarian's Empire's channel. This dude talking right here always has suggestions for Black Americans as far as what we're supposed to be doing. And he suggested a site that is known to be mimicked, that has an alert on it. And he, of course, is a Nigerian. And I got into it with him because I'm tired of Nakmeezy because he's being coddled by Gasemup and other Africans or other Haitians like Lou Major. He gets coddled by these men and he feels like they're trustworthy because they compliment one another. I mean, come on. That is not enough to say that the guy is good. This motherfucker at the top, there's never been a picture of him for real. He's never shown his face for real. He never gives information about himself for real. And he cannot be trusted. But let's go.
Or if you want to sell high-end products, right, luxury products, it's not that easy because you have to get a vendor's license. You have to be popularized. Then you have to get permission from the actual vendor. So these are the steps. I'm just telling people free information that I can easily set up a conference or tell these motherfuckers online.
Free information that none of us asked him for. Okay? Free information that he's not sharing with other Nigerians and other Africans to go do. He specifically targeted Nakmeezy. And the reason why he's targeting Nakmeezy is because he thinks Nakmeezy has influence over Black Americans. Yeah, he's charming and all that, but I would never follow Nakmeezy because he doesn't have discernment. And I'm going to show him why he don't have discernment, because he just took the words of Gasemup, a guy that has never showed his face, don't even so much tell him where he's from, what tribe he's from, nothing about the man except Brooklyn. Nothing about the man but him impersonating a Black American. Nothing about the man but he impersonating British, Nigerians, and other voices of characters that he does. Nothing about the man he knows whatsoever. But he's sitting up here on the platform talking about he can vouch that Gasemup is not a scammer. This is sad. Let's go.
The anti-fraud notice on this IBKR, did you tell them about the anti-fraud notice where people are impersonating this site that you are telling Black Americans to go to? Did you tell them that various sites are impersonating
Black Americans to go there?
personal information and identification documents that you're telling specifically Black Americans to go to? Why don't you tell the Americans to go to? Why don't you tell other Nigerians to go to? Why don't you tell other Africans to go to? Because you're a fucking scammer, bitch. You're a fucking scammer, bitch. It says Interactive Brokers Group would like to alert you to the risk of websites which may impersonate IBKR. These fraudulent websites may try to swindle clients out of money, personal information such as identification documents. These fraudulent websites may attempt to mimic the look and feel of an IBR website by using similar branding, logos, design, or content. But I bet you Gasemup never said a word about none of that. I bet you they will never tell you about the pros and cons of what they tell you to go do. I bet you why? Because they're scammers, just like the Farms are scammers, just like all Pan-Africans are scammers, just like most of these social media fucking Nigerians are scammers. You bitch ass, women looking bitch, no follow. Go suck a dog, dick and guys, so wrong. You was an ugly ass bitch that needs to go die somewhere. Bitch, no one gives a fuck about your ass. Bitch, shut your bitch ass off. Shut your bitch ass off, bitch. Let's talk about the scams, bro. Let's talk about the scams of pan-Africanism. Bitch, shut your bitch ass up. We ain't trusting none of you pan-Africans. I don't care if Nakmeezy is dumb enough to listen. I don't care if you coddle his ass. We got all these goddamn documents. We ain't going. We don't care. I saw, and I'm going to do a video about this shit, and I'm going to expose these white people that you guys don't do, because Nakmeezy does never do his due diligence. He never goes into a check. He never goes to best nothing. He's like, oh, thank you, brother. I appreciate it, brother. Thank you so much. Let's hug it out with brother. Oh, my experience, brother. I'm going to go to business like you said. I'm going to go to oh, brother. Oh, yeah. Let me hit the lick, brother. Let me go, brother. You motherfuckers are deserving of all your money being taken, and not on my watch. Not on my watch. And you're mad because I won't allow it. I never will. That's why I'm here, to expose all you fucking frauds every single day. I will be talking about this later. Best believe it, bitch. Don't hit no fucking link talking about this motherfucking site that he's telling you to go to. He's not telling other Nigerians to go to it, though. He's not telling other Africans to go to it, though. He's telling simply Black Americans to go to it, though. Why is that? Why is that? Why are they obsessed with us? Because they want your money, you goddamn fool. They want your fucking money. They want your goddamn money. They want all your goddamn money. They want to bankrupt you as usual. Just like Lou Major did, now they want Nick. And Nakmeezy should learn lessons like Lou Major did. And instead of him learning, he's still listening. He's still come on, my brother. My brother. Again, Interactive Brokers Group anti-fraud notice. Plenty of websites are impersonating this site to swindle information and money from people who go and click these sites. And I bet you many of those websites are being led by Nigerians. That's what I know. That's what I know. But you guys ain't gonna talk about that, though, are you? You guys are never gonna talk about that. You guys are lame ass, bitch ass niggas. That's why I can't stand none of you. But I'm still gonna expose your bitch ass. Nonetheless, you crazy little bitch. You look like a goddamn gremlin ass dog. Fuck your bitch ass, bitch. Fuck your bitch. You gremlin looking bitch. You the gremlin looking bitch. You jail looking bitch. That's why you mad. Because you don't care. I don't care that you're fucking calling Nakmeezy. And you're trying to get him fucking woman. I don't give a flying fuck about none of that, bitch. I can see through all of that, bitch. We ain't going. We ain't putting no money together with you fucking frauds. We ain't doing a goddamn thing with none of you. None of you. If Nakmeezy want to get got, he can get got, okay? But none of us else are going to blow that shit, okay? Not on my watch, bitch. Not on my watch, whole ass niggas. Not on my watch, bitch.
It's not going to
You must
happen.
believe me.
Can you put her
We
on
ain't
the
going.
fuck
We
up?
ain't going.
Listen to man,
And
white
I
men
appreciate
talk. We don't
Africanis
do
for
that in
exposing
Africa.
Gasemup
This is the
because
wonderful
this
of
is the
man.
second time
When
that
you
Reese
walk
has
in the
been next to a
wonderful of
goddamn
man,
scanner and he
you
doesn't
can
even
respect
recognize
that.
the
It's not
scanner
a
when he's right
mouthwash.
next to him.
Again, this Gafaro bitch that's interrupting me telling my spill. He's a Pan-African gremlin looking hoe. Again, a Pan-African that's looking to get us to be scammed as usual. He doesn't want information between us to be shared. They think because they're African that we're supposed to believe whatever they say, and we're supposed to be really respectful. We're supposed to be brotherly and sisterly loving and all this type of shit. Again, but this is where they're luring us to be partakers in scams. This is why I want to catch what happened before Kazarian takes the live down. And then I want to go through what it said about the alert, why I'm talking about Gasemup in particular, because I've been watching Gasemup for about a year. Excuse me, I'm a little bit upset, so I'm tongue-tied. I'm really upset. I wish I could slap the shit out of somebody, but let's go.
That's where you
Fucking
have
sad.
the right
It's pathetic. It's shameful. It's pathetic. This motherfucker confirmed. He's getting worried about me speaking. But when we talk about scam, he want to cover it up.
No one is
Listen,
listening to you.
he's
Stop wasting your time. Stop crying.
he wants to scam. He wants to scam. That's why.
Yeah, you need to stop crying. You need to stop crying and sit and listen.
And bitch, go suck the dick and
You've got
die.
no
No,
money that people
boy.
want to come.
Suck
You've
the
got
dick
no
and
money.
die.
You
No,
don't come
bitch, you
people got
ugly ass
money.
bitch.
She wants to suck your dick. She says,
Bitch.
No, you want to suck the dick. Lima could get you to suck his dick, bitch. Okay? Lima and Alphadamas can get you, bitch boy, to suck their dick. You are not an alpha man. You're a beta bitch, okay? Pretending to be alpha in front of black Americans, bitch. Is nothing but a goddamn act, bitch. And I'm gonna expose your ass, Gasemup. Keep watching, ho.
put her on the back end. She says she wants to suck your dick or something. I don't know, something like that. She says she wants to
No, let me show you what happened with Gasemup when Gasemup was addressed by Alphadamas, okay? While we're on who's sucking whose dick, bitch. Let's get there, okay? You want to play games with me? Let me show you how the game is really played.
Man, since he wants me to talk about his fetish for Somali women.
Okay, let's go back. Okay, let's listen to the dick sucking of Gasemup when he is exposed by Alphadamas and how he cowers downward whenever Alphadamas pimp slapped his ass. Bitch, this is called sucking dick, boy.
Makes sense. Obviously, when it's pointed out, this will happen, right? The man, since he wants me to talk about his fetish for Somali women, you know, he clearly is exhibiting, you know, identity crisis and low self-esteem. What is a Nigerian doing looking for a Somali woman?
I'm not a Nigerian. What the fuck are you talking about? Are you on cocaine?
Oh, you know the Nigerian today. What are you? What are you? What are
Nothing. I'm nothing. You're a man, right? Listen, you just said, I'm a lion. The dog is barking. So since I'm a dog barking, why the fuck are you worried about what I am? You focus on you. Like, don't worry about me. Like, this is what's gay about it, right? I don't think about you. Why are you thinking about me? You mentioned me on your last panel. Why are you talking about me, dude? Like,
because you know what I'm talking about?
Listen, no, don't talk about me. Listen. Focus on your woman. Focus on the woman in your life. I hope you have a woman. Don't worry about me. I don't worry about you, okay? You don't. Listen, if you're in the middle of stroking your chick, don't call Gasemup. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want nothing to do with you. I don't know you. I don't want to know you. Stop talking about me. If I say chickens are red, let me say what the fuck I say. I don't care what you say or what you do, champ. I don't know you. I don't want to know you. Like, you just sitting there, you're emotional. You're not a psychologist. You're not board certified in anything. This guy just told you he doesn't use banks. Okay, great. That's you. You don't use banks. For the rest of the people that don't have that luxury, they have to use banks. What are you talking about? So now I'm not a good businessman because I told people to open up a business account and make sure they get their business stuff in order. Oh, I can tell you don't know business. What the fuck are you talking about, champ? You ain't making no sense.
All right, proceeding. So clearly, I did not say I don't have a bank. I said I do not use the bank.
You just said you don't use banks. I didn't say that's the point. You just said you don't use banks to send money. And most people don't have that luxury.
Really? So you cannot walk up to, you don't know Nigerians you can go to take the money from the bank and send it through them. If you don't know them?
If you are listening to this and you take your money and you sit there and give it to Afridamus and say, hey, send it to my person, you might get your money, right? There are a lot of networks like that. No one is saying that, but you might lose your money. You're better off taking your money to an institution that has what they call the FDIC, right? The FDIC. He knows, I hope he knows about this. And so that way you can get some sort of recourse.
What brought this on, let me catch up everybody that may not know. What brought this on is that Gasemup, who's speaking right here, comes on the platform and he talks about, to Nakmeezy, about his suggestions on how, we could start being global. And he mentions something called Interactive Brokers Group. And he makes it seem like it's a sureties that you can have by going that route. It's a sureties that you can do this and that and the other. I'll get to that portion of it in a little bit. But before I let Afridamus continue, I want to read again this alert that I'm sure Gasemup never bothered to talk about. And this is my problem with these types of people. They have a lot of suggestions for Black Americans every time you turn around. But they don't suggest to other Africans to go do what they're claiming, that they feel is supposed to be secure, safe, business savvy, global, entrepreneur, whatever. They got all these suggestions simply for Black Americans. And we do know from all my other videos that I've been doing that there are an awful lot of Nigerians on social media that have syndicates of fraud, mainly impersonating, identification fraud, scams, and stealing of money and accounts and all these types of things. So I was like, when he mentioned this IBKR or Interactive Brokers Group anti-fraud notice came up, and it reads, Interactive Brokers Group would like to alert you to the risk of websites which may impersonate IBKR. These fraudulent websites may try to swindle clients out of money and personal information such as identification documents. These fraudulent websites may attempt to mimic the look, feel of the IBKR's official website. And it says that, basically it does not, while the IBKR does have additional website domain, they're basically saying that there's a lot of these websites that are pretending to be IBKR. And who do you think is behind the mimicked websites? So we just go willy-nilly, trusting and hitting on links. There are scams waiting for you that already know how to maneuver your phone, already know how to get inside and do what they do as far as scamming. That's why it's very, very important that we alert one another when people are solely talking to us about what they can do for us. Like, since when have you been so helpful? Since when have you cared? But all of a sudden you got all these suggestions about what we need to be doing. So let me back up a little bit when Afridamus first came on, because I thought that was very interesting when he first came on. You know what? Let me back up when he started talking to Nakmeezy first.
Records. Oh, you don't have a registered business bank?
Hold on.
Gary, I don't do no credit.
Again, I wouldn't have a problem with Gasemup if he was not always talking about Black Americans. Everywhere he goes, he talks about Black Americans. And I've been noticing that he's been trying to groom Black Americans into believing his spill. He's been grooming, trying to garner confidence and trust like a fraudster does. And he never, ever shows his face He never ever tells where he comes from. He never says where he lives. He never says anything about himself. A pure indicator of someone that's trying to stay hidden.
About them. And if
Okay, so let me get to where he first started talking about this.
people got to learn there's different forms of capital, right?
Okay, here he goes.
As you mentioned, who can actually then manage.
Again, he came specifically up on this panel to address Nakmeezy about this so-called IBK, what is it called? Interactive Brokers Group.
Because again, she owns a percentage of that company that you're building, so it's within her interest, her family's interest, to manage it accordingly, right? It's going to happen because people are going to be like, hey, look, I don't know you. So when you're not here, I'm going to take advantage of you. So yeah, either you have someone that's high level. But they'll still do it even if you're there. They'll still take advantage of you even if you're there. But what I'm saying is, why do people take that? Why not just listen? It's like people got to learn there's different forms of capital, right? That's what, you got sweat equity. If you're from America and you know how to make soul food and you want to open up a restaurant, open up, some fusion soul food with maybe Rwandan cuisine or Nigerian cuisine or Ghanaian cuisine. Sell what you can do, right? So if you buy your products, go to Alibaba or wherever you go to, or Temu.com, buy your products, get a small storefront, sell your shit, and when you're not there, close that shit down and come back, work, do the monkey shuffle for the white man, get your cash, and come back. This is what the Israelis are doing it. Everybody around the world is doing global business like that. So it's just like, I think.
But the difference is we're not protected, y'all. That's the difference. They like to compare us with Israelis, but who's most protected? They are. So there's no comparison. We are straggling, failing group of Black people in America who has been ignored for about 50 years now. And people are picking us off like vultures. So when you lose your money, you have no recourse and they know it. There is no way in which you're being backed by a government that's going to fight for you to get your money back. And they know it. So when you're an individual that has a goose egg, let's say $100,000, $200,000, and you invest $75,000 on what they say you do. And if it so happens to get hacked, or you go onto these sites and they're able to steal your money through your email or whatever way they do it on your phone. I don't know how they do it, but they're doing it. Your money's gone for good. And they know that you are free to be picked off like vultures. They know that you are looking like dead carcasses out here because you don't have the backing of nobody and nothing. And my opinion is we don't have the luxury to be got like that. Our economy is on the brink of collapse, which I'll be showing a video about that before I go. It's in dire straits right now because Biden is imploding our economy. My opinion is put your money in a credit union, get it out of Wells Fargo, Bank of America, for God's sake. Get a storage unit, maybe put some money up over there. Get insurance for your house or apartment in case of fire or break-in, looting, and all that kind of stuff. Stock up for food, water, and make sure you have shelter and pay your bills. Right now is the time to not assume that you should willy-nilly throw your money to the wind. People assume that we have the luxury to do so, and we don't. We're being picked off one by one. People are losing their money, losing their life savings. All these things are happening behind us trusting this Pan-African and this blackity black talk. We're all one. And I am against that because I know that the scammers are utilizing those talking points to lure Black Americans into their doom. This is why I'm exposing Gasemup. I expose Nigerians. I expose Ghanaians' government because they're all lining us up specifically for debt slavery. They're lining us up to be taken advantage of, for their pocket to be lined up and us to be bankrupt. And I think it's important to know and note, just because you're up on a panel and you're having nice little chuckles and, Nakmeezy is appeased, by this Gasemup. He's like giving him props. Oh, you're so smart. You know, you got so much talent and this and that and the other. Yeah, he wants you to influence Black Americans, Nakmeezy. That's why he's chumming up to you specifically, because he knows that many people, even if we don't like you all the way, we like some things about you. And he knows this. And so he's hopeful that if you give him the green sign of go, that just because you're siding up with him on the platform in agreement with the man, that somebody that listens to you, Nakmeezy, will just go to those sites, unbeknownst to them, about the alert and start doing what he claims that we should be doing based on you saying, okay, I'm going to do this too. And some of those people will be gone in the wind behind what you stood by, idly by, and didn't vet the man. Like, while you were on the platform, Nakmeezy, what you should have done is what I did. While he was speaking, I looked up the group. I simply looked it up and I said, oh my God, there's an alert about this interactive group right here. Oh my God, why is Nakmeezy not grabbing his phone? I know you have more than one phone, to simply look it up as he's talking to verify what he just said. No, you made it seem like it was all good. You made it seem like that what he was saying was sound. You gave him legitimacy. You vouched for a man that you do not know. You cannot know a man that you can't even see. You do not know this man by name. You don't know this man where he lives. You don't know nothing about Gasemup. But yet you sit up on the platform and you're saying he's not a scammer. The same man, Lou Major, you sat up on a platform and vouched for him, talking about brother this and brother that. Yeah, you had some, choice words later in the game. But while you were loving it up with your brother, I sensed that Lou Major was a scammer. And guess what? I was right. And I'm telling you, Gasemup is also a scammer. He just comes in a little bit different. He comes in a little bit different. He comes in like he's educated, he's refined, he's poised, all these things. But he's deadlier because people assume because you're smart, you have integrity. That doesn't mean that you have integrity because you're a little bit smart, that you have recollection of history. It doesn't mean a goddamn thing. You could do two things at once. And we have the mistake of liking an aspect of someone's personality. What's up, Sister Afro Goddess? Thank you for appearing. To assume that however they talk, that they have legitimacy when you have not vetted them. I mean, did you ask Gasemup ever to cam his ass up? He gonna tell you no. Did you ask what tribe he comes from, what part of Nigeria, the history of his clan? He don't tell you shit. But he sits up here. He came specifically to talk about where we should go to start business globally when he knows doggone well we are caucuses when it comes to the global game. And that's what I want y'all to understand. We are not a part of a nation like Israel. We're not a nation like Nigeria, Ghana. We are our own people within America. So when we act individually, we can get got individually. Even if we act collectively, that collective of people can get got all at once. So if you move wrong, you can have your money gone like that. And there is no recourse for Black Americans. There ain't nobody that's going to come and save you, spare you, fight for you. We see that right now. So I find it very odd and puzzling that we sit up here and vouch for people because they sound good. I don't care that I may sound a little bit crazy, but I bet you one thing, I'm intelligently crazy. Don't ever forget that part. I'm intelligently crazy. I'm intelligently bold, okay? Because I cannot leave it to men and other people to speak for me. I can't leave it to chance because people give too many benefit of the doubts for people you cannot see or know until it's too late. And when it's too late, what are you going to say? Oh my God, we got God. Oh my God, it's over. Oh my God, grandma's money, pension, and all that's gone. What are you going to do? Trusting people on social media suggesting specifically to Black Americans. No, he didn't go up there and say Africans, everybody. Let's do this, y'all. I got a suggestion for all of us. No, he said you Black Americans. He said you Nakmeezy. That tells you the target is Black Americans. Okay, let's go.
People have this Superman effect. They think, no, I'm super. I'm going to open up this grand business that's going to revolutionize Africa. Yeah, right. Just buy some shit, sell some shit. Once you sell it while you're there, then you go. It's not, because even in America, you know, when I walk through the Bronx or if I go to parts of Manhattan, I see the way some of these workers are doing bullshit in the store. Like, let's say you're at the T-Mobile store or you're, you know, at this restaurant in downtown Manhattan, and you see the way the girl at the cashier is not paying good attention to you. She's giving you crappy customer service. I'm like, damn, the owner doesn't realize this moron is killing his business because I'm not going to come back here again. This girl you got in the front desk is an idiot. You know, you need to fire your wife's little sister. She's stupid. But you get what I'm saying? So even in America, you can't do business like that. But I'm just saying, instead of people to just make the adjustment, if you're going to be in Africa for 5 months, buy your products ahead of time. There's nothing stopping these people from buying, you know, look, I'm going to give the game away. I'm not charging anybody nothing. I don't want your blood money. Go and buy some used cell phones, good quality. Get some used iPads, good quality. Make sure they're not stolen, they're scrubbed, right? And then bring them with you, buy them in bulk, ship them ahead of time. If you're going to Ghana, Nigeria, wherever you're going, it'll be waiting for you. You get down to your place and you tell the people who you're with, hey, I got iPads for sale. You ask them ahead of time, how much is an iPad?
Yeah.
Right? And they'll tell you. Yeah.
Let me jump on this. Let me jump on this.
Yeah, Nakmeezy, go ahead.
I'm sorry to cut you, Gasemup. For the record, I don't have any issue with you whatsoever. We had a debate, and it was what it was. Be good, especially since you're Isoko, man. You know the history of your people, my brother, and I appreciate it. So, be good. Well, what the brother is saying is 100% correct. Like you.
Again, that is not enough for him to appease you, Nakmeezy. You know, I know you're smart as fuck. I'll give you that. But what you lack is discernment. You don't understand how people play you with what, how do I say this? They play you by giving you compliments. They shower you with glory of, you know, attributes that you have. And that kind of like lowers your wall. And you begin to believe that these people have your best interests at heart when they're just lining you up. And like I said, the only reason why he's lining you up because he knows that a lot of Black Americans listen to you because you are out here on social media a lot. You're speaking up for us. You sound very intelligent. You speak a lot of languages and you can hang with the best as far as history goes. And so you have garnered a sense of confidence for the knowledge that you showcase yourself having. But the reason why he's going through you is to get to us. He needs to get through the big dog to get to us. Because if he can convince you, he thinks that will in turn convince us to follow suit. And that's why it's very dangerous when people are all the time giving compliments. I don't want nobody giving me I'd rather you just, hate the fuck out of me. I don't give a damn. It makes me never mind. I really don't care. Now, again, another warning on these scams, like I've been saying. It says, please be aware that fraudsters may pretend to be part of the interactive brokers. These clone firm scams involve fraudsters who hold themselves out as employees of regulated firms to give the impression that they work for a genuine, authorized firm. This fraudulent activity may involve multiple scamming techniques aimed at convincing consumers that they are dealing with a trustworthy financial institution. Often this involves using authorized firms, logos, adopting names that resemble those of the actual regulated entities, or even using the name and address of authorized persons of the real firm. Now, we all know that there are syndicates of Nigerians that are on social media. And I bet you many of those are the types that are part of these scams for IBKR. So it's just surprising to me that Gasemup decided to bring his ass up on the platform to bring that part up. Like, dude, you could have just arbitrarily not named the name and just talk about how things go, you know, like a broker's firm without naming the name. You could have said how the business is done as far as what you claim you do. You could showcase or do maybe a lecture on it on your own damn channel to showcase how it works by showcasing how you made money off of doing what you do. But you don't show nothing. You just suggest to Black Americans and you chummy up to Nakmeezy in hopes that he will co-sign you by simply sitting next to you with a avatar. And that's dangerous. So let's get back to this.
Here's the thing, you have to have relationships with locals. And if you're in America, you need to start to get to know people from the place that you want to do business, right? I told you all about the scam in Togo, 580,000 CFA, right? I sent the initial messages, but then I had locals get that money back from me. You see what I'm saying? You have to have someone that can work on your behalf, because at the end of the day, if homie robbed me, my contact is gonna, I don't think there's a lose face, but it's gonna reflect bad on him.
I think you're right, Ty Direct. He will never, ever, ever accept the fact that the game has been changed, and however he was raised, it's just not that way. How his family trained him on pan-Africanism, they were not well informed on how the Africans move, okay? But so he dips in and out with the mentality of a Pan-African. He doesn't think he does, but he does do this, and he did it today. Again, I've done so many videos about Nigerian scams, and I can't believe that he would sit up there with a guy with an avatar. This dude right here, never seen or heard, and he's vouching for this man because they having a good conversation on a platform. That is just ignorant. I'm sorry, it's silly.
Again, if you've never sold anything in America, then you might want to think twice about selling stuff in Africa. If you've never planted a potato in the deep south, then you might want to think twice about opening up a farm in Ghana. Go with what you're good at, whatever your skill set is, wherever you have the most connections, and whether you can make the most splash is where I think people should go. And I think a lot of people go with the Pan-African fantasy. But
that's just the thing. We don't really have the money in which maybe Nakmeezy has. He mentioned before that he has millionaires in his family. How many of us can say that we have millionaires in our family? We don't have the luxury to just take risk and scramble like that. Maybe he feels like he can do that, but again, one of these Nigerians are waiting to get that ass because of how bold you've been speaking against Nigerian, and they would love to take your money, Nakmeezy, and laugh it up, high five it up, and celebrate it up. You keep on believing these Nigerians, they're waiting for you to make a fatal mistake. And trust me, you ain't getting money back once they get your money. You may got your money back this one time, but if the Nigerians get your money, you ain't getting your money back. You're not getting your money back.
Well, since we're Black, that's all that matters. Or since we're Black, then I'm going to be seen as a brother. No, my relationship started with me being ignored for 2 days. Because this 2 days was a vetting period. Once they saw I was good at what I did, then, you know, the jokes and stuff were being translated for me. Then I was being invited straight to people's houses, because prior to that, who am I? I'm just some random ass dude that has a little...
But that's what we should be saying. Who is Gasemup? Why are you always on platforms chumming up to Black Americans and telling us suggestions? Who are you? Cam up. Let's see how you really look. Let's see the face that matched the voice. All those different characters or voices that you use all the time. Who are you, Gasemup? Who are you? But that's never required. That's never required. But when it comes to us, okay, we got to be vetted. And when it comes to us, oh, they don't know about us because, we're not cultured. When it comes to us, we're lost waywards. Okay, you see the difference? We give them the benefit of the doubt that they will never, ever give to us. And it's odd that Nakmeezy is co-signing an avatar Gasemup. Gas him up like he's doing. He gasses you up, just like his name. He gasses you up. He makes you feel good and cozy inside. He gives you all this feel-good feeling that he's smart and he's knowledgeable. He gasses you up. For what? What is he gassing you up for? Think about that.
Lighter skin that's coming, flashing some CDs. So you have to earn it. Like, I think it's, what did you call it, Kaizo? Face recognition or face, some shit where you have to be in person. You know what I'm saying? They gotta, face logic. Yeah, you gotta show that ugly face. You know what I'm saying? I showed the ugly face. We made a connection, and now I'm Gucci. But I'm not Gucci based on just we both black. And no, I'm Gucci based on they trust me. I trust them. They proved why they should be trusted, and I proved mine. So it's a business relationship that we fostered, and I had to get on the ground to do it. But to get there, I used some of my connections here in Holland with the Ghanaians, and if I didn't have that connection, I wouldn't have even gotten that visa.
Again, brother.
Yeah.
Please,
I'm gonna say it again. I had to use some of the connections from the Ghanaians that I have here.
Brother, please say that again. Please say that again. Let me back you up right here, brother. Please say that again, one more again. Let the Black Americans hear one more again. Please, let me cheerleader for you. Let me suck you off real quick, Nakmeezy. Say that again, Nakmeezy.
Business relationship that we fostered, and I had to get on the ground to do it. But to get there, I used some of my connections here in Holland with the Ghanaians, and if I didn't have that connection, I wouldn't have even gotten that visa.
Again, brother.
Yeah.
Please,
I'm gonna say it again. I had to use some of the connections from the Ghanaians that I have here in Europe, to foster the connections that I had down there. So I can't be just a Johnny come lately, run off the street like, yo, what's up? No. It's, yo, my homie's coming through, pick him up from the airport, take care of him, blah, blah, and don't try to jerk him. Like, as a matter of fact, I don't know if I told you, gassed him up. I met a dude, he was from the Bronx.
You know what I would have liked Nakmeezy to say? You know what? I'm going to do some research on what you just mentioned to me. I'm going to look up that interactive, what I say it was called? Interactive, what I say it was called? Hold on. Damn, I lost it. I'm going to look it up. I'm going to get back to you. I'm going to see if there's any connections or knowledge connected to what you just said that is referencing brokers. Okay, interactive broke group. I'm going to look it up to see if there's any scams related. I'm going to look it up and see if this is clear cut as you claim you're saying right now. And I'll get back to you. But thank you for letting me know. It would have been so much better if he would have did that. Instead, he's like, oh, thanks for sharing, brother. Yeah, give me the link, and other people might jump on it just for the sake of you jumping on it, Nakmeezy. That's being irresponsible when you just outright say, okay, give me the link and I'll go do what you just said. That is irresponsible. What you should have said as a man, as I would have said as a woman, thank you for the information. I'm going to look up Interactive Broke Group. I'm going to see if there's any type of alerts or any possibility of being scammed for my people before I sign on to give them the go on this, because, my voice, has a lot of weight when it comes to these spaces. So I don't want to just co-sign that without vetting to make sure that it's really a good thing for me to vouch for. That would have been what a man who's protective over Black Americans would do. And you did not do it. You went ahead and you let him spruce up your head. He gave you extra love and kisses up the ass. And you just went ahead you know, and co-signed it. And that's odd.
Deported. I had to bring something for someone in Ghana, and he got deported. He pulls up in a Range Rover, and we talking. He sounds just like
some Tracy Towers.
I don't know if he was from Tracy Towers.
Probably from Tracy Towers over there. That's where them boys is at, man.
Tracy Towers.
Ghanaians over there.
Yeah, Tracy Towers full of Ghanaians, bro. So yeah, he was out there, and then we kicked it, and then I got more connections. So you have to have an intro, and that intro you're not gonna get just jumping on a continent. You're gonna get it from where you are, and that's gonna make your move into the local economy or just structure a lot easier.
Yeah, no, you're 1,000% right. And that's why I won't lie. Like, you know, I just see scamming all over the place, man. Like, you got these content, all these people that were on YouTube, not just the black YouTubers, but, you know, I don't care about the white boys, contrary to popular opinion. But, you know, just 2 years ago, they were all telling Bitcoin, XRP, this is this. Where they at now? Quiet.
And see, this is what he does. This is what a good liar does. They tell the truth about what has previously happened, just like Dr. Eric Kana tells the truth about how France is fleecing 14 countries of Africa, $500 billion later, every year, gone from Africa, coffers, towards France. Well, all the while still lining us up to be scammed, lining us up towards a bond debt attached to her ADDI database worth $500 million that I believe she got it from Akon, who borrowed $1 billion from China for his fake ass Akon city for Acoin. Okay. They have to tell truths to convey to you a sense of trustworthiness. So that's what they do. They try to like make it seem like I'm one of the good guys. I'm exposing this information in case you didn't know. But it's past tense. So you didn't expose anything. Anyone that's up on the know could look it up or figure it out. So he's not telling anything extra. He's given this illusion that he's on our side, though. And like Afrodamus is going to show later in this video, because I'm about to take my dog out and let this video play so you guys can hear it, and I'll come back with commentary. Afrodamus is going to come in and pimp slap Gasemup because he knows what Gasemup is doing. And what Gasemup is doing, he's trying to build a fake relationship on social media. He's trying to garner trust by being smart or talking smartly. But all the while, he hopes that you fall into the pits of what he tells you to do for his Yahoo buddies, Yahoo boys, and other Nigerian scammers on social media. Why is he specifying Black Americans? Because he's targeting us, because he won't get in trouble targeting us. Okay? Keep that in mind.
Doors is closed.
That whole Bitcoin stuff, that's why I never go into that stuff. People would.
No, I'm not saying you. I'm just saying, like.
And every time something new comes up, they suggest Bitcoin. I remember that. They've been suggesting cryptocurrency. I remember that. FTX. Now Dynasty Mirror suggesting what he's suggesting. It always comes to us first. And like I said, and I'm predicting, there's going to be a whole slew of Black Americans who are going to be caught in the trap of losing it all, trusting these Africans on social media. They're going to trust the wrong one and lose their whole life savings, starting from the ground zero. And Biden's not playing with us. We're giving us a leg up on anything. He's blessing immigrants, migrants, refugees. He's leaving us homeless, bankrupt, nothing. So why would Nakmeezy, who's doing well in Holland, not America, Holland, speak as if we're doing as well as him? Doesn't make sense to me. That's a little bit odd to me. He needs to be in the shoes of the ones like us that are barely surviving, may have a little bit of money stored away, but not as much to really do anything, to maybe spare in case of life, devastations coming along. But if you give away that golden egg of 10,000, 20,000, 30,000 that you may have saved up and trusting these Nigerians, you're going to get pickpocketed. That's what they want you to go do. They are in dire straits in Nigeria right now. They're about to have elections in Nigeria. And there's going to be all kinds of stuff happening next month behind that election. And people are trying to line us up in the event that things don't go the way that they want for the election, so that they have extra money coming towards them and the loss of us. That's what's going on. That's why this emphasis, Black Americans, because there's a lot more Africans than there are Black Americans. Why can't they reach out to those Black Americans and so-called Pan-Africans specifically? Why do they forego those people to talk about us? Because we are the targets for their scam and fraud. Okay, let's go.
All these people were like, yeah, you can buy Bitcoin for $4 and sell it for $55,000.
They knew nothing about business, investment, and how the whole economy works, and giving people advice. Do you know how many niggas lost money on the recent crash of crypto? Because they don't tell them how to. They just.
It's like Nakmeezy just said. You've never planted a potato, but you want to open up an industrial farm in the Upper Volta region. Are you on drugs? What type of drugs are you on? Like, I don't get this shit. Nah, man, just go to your local place, go to your thrift shop, buy some really good quality used things, right? Ship that shit down there ahead of time. And you don't even have to open up a shop. You just tell the people you're with, hey, listen, I got shit for sale. They'll bring the vendors to you. You look at the pricing. You add in how much it costs you to ship. And you tell them cash and carry. Cash and carry. I don't do no credit. Whatever you have is what I'm going to give you. So if they have the equivalent of $300, you give it to them. See you later. They'll say, I beg, please just give me my cousin. He said he would. Listen, I respect you. I respect your cousin, but I can't do business that way. Make up a lie. Tell them that you buy these goods from the Chinese and that you owe them and that they'll kill you in America if you don't.
Yeah, make up a lie, because that's what he does so effortlessly. Make up a lie because that's what he's doing now. I can't teach you guys discernment. I could just show you when I can catch keywords and how they're moving, and hopefully that you guys can catch what I'm catching. But again, Nakmeezy should have told Gasemup, okay, I'm going to do research, brother. Thank you for letting me know the information. I don't want to influence my people to go click links and whatnot, because, we are being scammed right now. I'm not saying you're trying to scam me, but, I have to be responsible because people listen to me. My name has weight around here, and I don't want to lead someone astray by listening to this stream because you provided a link for them to go ahead and go to the link. So, I'll get back to you on that. But thank you for sharing. That's what a responsible Black American should have done, whether it's a man or a woman, regardless. But he didn't do that because he thinks that he should be able to decipher who is who by simple conversations that you cannot decipher on social media. Anyone can say anything on social media. Anyone can have a proper tone, voice, energy, sound like they're loving, caring, kind, all that. I don't have none of that facade. That's why people don't like me, because I come raw, I come blunt, I come crude, because I don't care. Because my objective is just to be frank and honest. And that's all I'll be. Frank and honest about disclosing and exposing cornball, con artists. That's all I'm doing. I'm not telling you to put your money here. I'm telling you to save your money. I'm telling you to get insurance to your apartment and to your house. I'm telling you to get your money out of Wells Fargo, Bank of America, put it in a credit union. I'm telling you to stock and store up on water, food, necessities, maybe pay extra rent for a month or whatever like that. I'm telling you to hold your money, because this is not the year to keep adding in to being swindled when we don't have anyone caring about the outcomes of us. And it's irresponsible to assume that we have the luxury to keep spending money, throw money at Africa, throw money at tourism, throw money here, what the fuck? They're looking at us like we're cash cows to get got. And that's how we're being played right now. Let's go.
You know what I'm saying? What's so hard? Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah,
Yo, Gas, check this out. Remember what you said about going there with stuff like a couple of phones, a couple of whatever in your luggage, and say, yo, tell people I'm coming through with them, with the goods. That's how I get my stuff there. Because again, that network of Ghanaians that go back, yo, my cousin's going back next week. You need anything that needs to be taken there. And it all started.
I'll be back, y'all. I'm going to let this run. I'm going to take my dog out real quick because she's looking at me crazy. I'll be right back.
With a block of Dutch cheese.
Come on.
I had to carry this like fucking 5 to 7 pound big ass block of cheese in my luggage, make sure that it didn't melt, right? And because I did that, now anything that I need to get there, there's going to be an extra bag, you know, with someone's luggage of stuff for mine, and then my people's going to go to Kotoka, and then that's how it goes. But if you don't have those connections, you're lost in the sauce, bro.
Yeah, Gasemup, can someone look at how much I know iPhone 10 64 gig is going, but yeah, this is the used phone stuff. This is a big deal. There's a company out here I work with actually, right? So importing stuff from Dubai, that kind of help, you know, whatever.
Hey, reach out to me, Kazo, because I can help you with this. But remember, a lot of times you have to be a registered vendor. With a lot of these products in the West, right? Like even, and again, so I'm giving, if you're American listening to this, please go to zenbusiness.com. Remember, it's not business advice. Just register your business.
Yeah.
Go to a lawyer, get an S Corp or a C Corp, right? Well, not a C Corp still, you know, you're not making that much money, but get an S Corp or an LLC. It's going to pass due to you tax-wise, and then you can start reaching out because, for example, a lot of people don't tell you the truth, right? Like you see these guys like $1 million a game, just go do the drop shipping. It doesn't work that way. You have to have like say for example Chanel, right, or Estee Lauder. You can't just sell. Amazon's not going to let you sell. There's certain high-end products because of fraud. They're not going to just let you sell, right? You have to get a vendor's license. That means you have to go to your state, register as a vendor. That's a whole bunch of money. And then you can be able to sell it. Then even phones, there's I forgot what it's called. Don't call me. But you have to have the certification to properly dispose the phones. So you can buy like phones. Like okay, I got like 10 phones. But when you start going into those auctions to get really good rates for refurbished phones, and the quality of phones that you're getting from America and Nakmeezy, you should be making a killing on this. Just my suggestion, because you guys, you're right there in Holland. The quality of phones from the EU and the US
much higher
is better, is higher than what the Chinese are sending the Africans, right?
Yeah.
So I advise
the used European phone is actually higher quality than the brand new Chinese phone. It's the actual XK product. That's what they like actually in Africa.
Yes, you know, so. And so if you but you need to get the right I don't know if it's the same rules in the UK and the EU. I'm assuming it's the same way in Europe, but in the US there's a particular license you have to get. It costs about like $3,000, $2,000 that you have to get to properly dispose of the cellular material and the cellular waste. So you have to do that, but you can still, you know, reach out to those guys who are buying and say, hey, listen, the stuff that you don't want, give it to me. And again, you have to have a contact, right? You have to have somebody, like in Nigeria, you have Computer Village. I got like 5 dudes, Igbo boys out there at Computer Village. Well, not all of them are Igbo. 2 of them are Igbo. The rest are not even Igbo, but whatever. And I'm like, hey, listen, look, how much is this, you know, Lenovo laptop, brand new, 2021? This much this. They're like, oh, it's this much. I'll look at it, look at the shipping. Okay, it's profitable. And I'll say, put me down for it. And I'll get it. And when I get to Nigeria, I already know what the price is. You already told me. So there's no, you know, there's no nonsense, and we're good. And I know that the price that they're buying it from me from, they're gonna sell it double.
Yeah.
So, but again, this is how we should be doing business. I mean, look, think about what Nakmeezy just said. With a block of cheese, you're able to leverage that into freaking beautiful relationships. I'm waiting for the day Nakmeezy opens up a Muay Thai MMA center for West Africa, because I love for that to happen, because we need that in Nigeria, right? Like we need a bunch of Israel Adesanyas and those guys in Bukom. They need to add some knees and some grappling. They'd be able to take over the MMA world, So I'm hoping he
already busy with it, brother. Already busy with it.
Perfect. So I'm hoping in the next 10 years, Nakmeezy, because this is how you become a billionaire, Nakmeezy. You once you do that, guess what? You're already in the U.S., right? You just got to sit down there, register your company, U.S. and U.K., and boom, you're like the Lou DiBella, right?
Yeah, I know
Lou DiBella, Nakmeezy. Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
So
his daughter took his place. I think his daughter's.
Yes, yeah. You're the Ghanaian, or you're the new Ghanaian Lou DiBella. You bring in the talent, you get paid on the back end, and boom, Nakmeezy's, and that's real pan-Africanism. And I'm not dissing anybody in particular, because I don't want anybody to remember, Gas is dissing you. I don't know anybody, and I don't care to know anybody. But 90% of what I've seen on YouTube is just shit that's gonna get you scammed. And especially with these real estate deals, I don't know about all African countries, but I know most African countries, you can't buy property if you're not from there. You have to be a citizen. Yeah. And the only way around it is you have to register a company. Now, if you register a company, most African countries, not all, but most of them will say you have to have an African on the board of your company. So the best thing to do is build a relationship with somebody in your community in America or Europe, wherever you are, have that person be on your board, then you guys start making, certain high-rise properties. You buy it, you get the rent, you sell, and then you walk away after 10 years, you sell it to a conglomerate. That's how people do real global business. That's what the Israelis are doing. That's what the Chinese are doing. That's what the Russians are doing. That's what the Indians are doing. But this homeboy economics, I might as well just say screw it and be a socialist. That's why I piss them off all the time when I get on their platforms. I'm like, no, let's be socialists, because you guys aren't even doing capitalism properly. You're just 10 feet away from scamming me. It literally is. It's just always 10 feet away, because it's like, you're going to buy this land brush in Rwanda, and we're going to grow chickens and apples, and then we're going to sell the chickens to Burger King, the parent company of Burger King, so they can make chicken whoppers, and then we're going to take the apples and make apple juice and sell it to Tropicana.
What did tell you? Okay, you know what? We already got the land, we already leased it, we already built the chicken cages, we already got a truck, we already talked to 6 restaurants and businesses. All that's missing is investment now to buy the second batch of chickens so we can grow. See, if they come to me with that and they show me the evidence, I can invest in that shit.
Yeah, but yes, you got to show me. You got to show me the lawyers. I need to see the real deeds. I need to see the contracts that you have, or the MOUs that you have in place, or the invoice, right, or the trade credit, right? These are all international terms of commerce. Your bill of lading, your shipping. Like, if someone's not saying these things to you, and guys, again, I'm just some dumb, dusty Nigerian. Don't take me for I'm nobody. I don't know anything. But if someone's not even coming to you with the basic terms to say, hey, listen, this is an invoice. This is a memorandum of understanding that I have with these suppliers. This is my trade credit. This. If they're not properly showing you these things, okay, let's see your bank records for the past 6 months. I don't want your personal bank records. I want to see your corporate bank records. Oh, you don't have a registered business bank account? That's a red flag already. So then how am I going to send you, dollars if you don't have a registered business bank account? And again, if you're from America, it's just easy. ZenBusiness.com. I don't know if you can share that, Kaizo, the interactive brokers. So if you don't want to do all of that, okay, good. If you don't want to do that, then just go to interactive brokers, buy your stocks and equities, and just be a Warren Buffett on the low. So by the time you buy it for 10, 15, 20 years, you sit down there. You know how much money you'll make, Kaizo, just buying Dangote stock? And he's not even the best stock on the Nigerian stock exchange. There's 1,000 companies, well, not 1,000, but there's like 30 companies better than his.
Flutterwave, have they gone public yet? I'm not
sure. I'd have to look at their I'm one of those guys like me. I have to look at your finances. I got to look at your profit and loss. I got to look at your balance sheet. I don't just buy off the hype, which I've missed out on opportunities, right? I missed out on Facebook because of that, because I couldn't see the business model. I didn't realize that Facebook was basically, you know, what the FBI was. They were just replacing the FBI, and they were tied into the government. If I had thought about that, I'd have been way richer, even though I'm not rich or anything, but I would have been probably in freaking Banana Island somewhere if I had thought about that, you know. But I missed out on Facebook and a couple other things because, you know, I'm not always convinced by these technology stocks, but yeah, it's bitten me in the ass sometimes with the technology stocks. I don't know how they're making money and how they're profitable, but somehow, some way, you know, it's like if enough people believe in the technology, they're able to stay afloat. So I'm still cautious of them, but yeah, you know, I think
who just left?
I think that was Nakmeezy, yeah.
You know how I avoided a lot of pitfalls and like bullshit or homeboy businessmen and women? I gave them homework. I said, I'll meet you next week. I need to see a plan. I said, it doesn't have to be typed, but I need to see your plan. Where you're going to source your stuff from? What are your profit margins going to be? Who's your suppliers? Well, that's your source. But, you know, what's your transport like? What are the logistics like? And I'll see you here in a week. Then you don't hear anything again. Then you know that they was on some bullshit. Now, no shade to Nigeria, but if I said this, they'll give you the plan if they really want to. They'll come up with a plan and then get you. But most people will be too lazy. Most people will be too lazy to come up with a plan. What they want is just money in hand so that they can disappear. But I make so many connections, and the connections have to be organic. All right, they have to be organic. I speak about a brother from Benin City. Like, he was actually my mentor in what I do now. Nigerian dude. His Dutch is so horrible, but he knows his shit. He's like a genius, right? And just kicking it back and forth with him, he's like, yo, when you want to come to Nigeria, don't do nothing, just let me know and you're good. You see what I'm saying? So he and I speak all the time. It's an organic relationship. And from that, if I wanted to do business in Nigeria, and like I said, I was already looking at, you know, the contractors for the Dangote project, because that's what I work in. And there's already people that I know through somebody else that are working on that project there. So if I want, I could make a move to Nigeria, you know, around about to get in there. But I'm going to see what happens, you know, once the plant starts up. You know what I'm saying? But it's all about having organic business, and you can't have, organic business partners, and you can't have it unless you build relationships where you are. You would be great in Nigeria with the consulting company with your skill set in terms of being able to, you know, I'm not going to put your business out there, but what you're freaking good at, you would be great not only in terms of vetting, but, you know, a consulting company out there would be excellent for you, and you can just make it global. I'm dead serious, like easy for that was my old career. But yeah, you're right.
You see how he's buttering him up? Oh, we could use you in Nigeria with all your skill sets. That's what he's doing. He's buttering him up to get to us. Butter up to get to us. So I'm going to let this play a little bit more, but then I'm going to showcase Alfredamus, how he just came in swinging. And I don't even like Alfredamus half the time because he goes after Black Americans. He calls us the blacks. He criticizes us about reparations and, you know, us not wanting to be claiming Africa and African and all that kind of talk. But I respect him for calling out Gasemup like he did. I wish Nakmeezy would have grilled Gasemup and not let it be so easy for him to just waltz in, telling him what to do. You know, people are watching Nakmeezy and trusting him. And he has to be responsible and know that he has the weight of trust of many Black Americans on social media. You got to know it, Nakmeezy. You can't just be willy-nilly talking to a Nigerian, unnamed, unknown, about getting together for businesses and hitting on links and trying this out and that and this and the other without vouching first. You simply say, thanks for the information. I'm going to check it out. See if there's anything that might go awry with what you just said, if there's any scam alerts or anything involved before I give it the okay to my people. That's it. That's it. But he couldn't do it. And that's why I got triggered later on in the video. That's why. Let's go.
Gasemup misses nothing. Gasemup misses nothing.
Being a grifter on the Pan-African space, man. Trust me, you'd be like, yeah, come here, do this.
Yeah, exactly. Like, that's why I used to, listen, this is the shit that used to make me laugh, because I was like, you know what's so funny? He's the only one that was on the continent walking the streets, you know, in the airport, you know, when they took the lights out and he had to give the extra Ghanaian lady, you know, extra 20 CDs. So you're watching the video. He's walking the street.
So look, they were having a love fest. They were brothering it up on one another. He was buttering you up, Nakmeezy. But let's fast forward to Afrodamus, because Afrodamus, he came in unexpectedly like a thief in the night, and he was not having none of this shit. And I was like, God damn. Because I wanted to get on the panel, but I knew that I was going to be shotted down if I did. So I was so happy to see a man. Unfortunately, it was not a Black American man, but it was a man nonetheless that let him know, Snake, I know what you is, and I'm calling you out. And it was just golden, y'all. And watch all the confidence and how he's been speaking to Nakmeezy goes away. He's like a little bitty bitch in front of Afrodamus. And it's sad that Nakmeezy didn't say, hold up, thanks for the suggestion.
Sir.
Hold on, let me show y'all. It gets good. It gets real good.
A nice part of Tennessee where they're not going to shoot you, and see some of the biggest booty, beautiful Black chicks. And this one is like, she's a chiropractor, and you take her out, have a good time, and you eat strawberries out her fucking breast, and then you can.
So you go talking about the thirst, you know, connect with the thirsting, okay? So he's doing all this love festing going on. It's about to switch up into like 2 more minutes, give or take. And you're going to see this avatar get burnt the fuck up like the Jareer bitch ass ape that he is, okay? And I loved it.
Buy a plane ticket and then go down to, Barranquilla, Colombia, where there's Africans over there. Then you go to Suriname, where there's beautiful Black women over there. Then you fucking end off your summer vacation in Ivory Coast.
One of the issues you have here is like you get talking about that, oh, they think they're superior. Gasemup, you should be thinking of superior. That's why I got no issue. When I see
but why do I have to? Why superior?
When I see an African family sitting on the floor eating rice with their hands.
Hey, Nakmeezy, I see you're here. Like I said, you're smart, but you don't discern. You don't discern. You don't know when you're next to a slicky ass motherfucker like Gasemup, Blue Major. You don't know that they go through you in hopes to get to us. You need to know that they coddle up to you. They're laying in your arms, you know, rubbing on your chest and shit in hopes that you will, you know, put your guards down and trust them. And whatever he says, this avatar bitch, never seen ever. Don't know nothing about him whatsoever, but he got suggestions specifically to Black Americans. He ain't talking to no other Nigerians. He ain't talking to no other Africans. He's not talking to no Pan-Africans. He goes specifically where Black Americans are. He targeted you, Nakmeezy, in hopes that you would side up and vouch for what he's saying for you to do. And clearly, simply, I went and looked up what he said. And the first thing that I found was an alert against what he was talking about. And I wish that you would have said, I'll check into it, brother. Thanks for the information. I'll see what it is before I give any, you know, vouching and getting a link for, you know, me to click onto, and maybe my people might not understand what they're clicking onto. I'll hold off on that. I'll do my research first. You couldn't do that. That's all you had to do. And I wouldn't have got triggered. But you didn't. You sat up there and you let this motherfucker just run with the wind. So when Afrodamus came, I got excited for the first time in a long time, because Afrodamus, most of the time, pisses me off. But when he goes on other platforms, he's more transparent than he is on his platform. I'll say that. When he's on Kazarian's platform, when he's on African Millennials platform, when he's on any other platform, Alfredamus be spitting truth. Now on his platform, he's full of shit. He's full of propaganda. But whenever he goes somewhere else, that's when he shows his ass off, okay? Shows his ass out.
And they're thinking they're superior because I'm a dusty Jareer. Trust me. Like I've been called by these same people. They think I have pride. They think I'm the one who thinks I'm superior.
Yes, sir. No.
Okay, here's Alfredamus.
Look, wait, listen. I don't have to.
Here's Alfredamus. Watch this.
Down on others for me to feel good about myself. And when I say that I'm a Jareer or whatever, no, wait, listen. What I'm saying is that when I say it, I'm saying it tongue in cheek. Not that I agree with their definition. It's just like that was the conversation.
Nakmeezy, you don't have to take it seriously, but other people take you seriously. That's what you're not getting. Other people take you seriously. Other people think that you're a leader. Other people think that you're vouching and protecting us for real. Just because you're just playing like a game and you're having a good time, other people don't do that when they're hearing you speak. You don't understand the weight that you carry. You don't get it. You don't understand. Just like Kobe Smith had it, you got it too. And if you vouch for somebody without verifying and vetting them, somebody's going to hit the link and not be informed, and they're going to act a fool. And you should have just been like, okay, let me just check it out. Let me just check it out. I'll get back to you, bro. Thank you for sharing. No problemo. Thanks for the information. I don't want to click the link right now, though. I'll check it out later. I don't want to influence my people that might be listening to hit links and whatnot, because, you know, we are getting highly scammed right now. There's a lot of stories that Mouthy Megan and 4 Black Righteous folks is bringing out about scams and whatnot. I don't want to be reckless and irresponsible. And you can't even admit that you're wrong. You can't even admit you're wrong.
And I had about the Somali people, right? It was like,
but the lion should never give a shit about your opinion.
No, wait, hold on. Listen, wait, Kaizo, cool down. What I'm saying is that I don't have to be in the mindset of the lion. I could just be me, right? And so my whole thing is, listen, look. Again, the energy and the money I'm going to take to talk, like you said, the Somali girls, because they're exotic or whatever, they're keeping up the iPhone market. I can go to Mali, I can go to Senegal, I can go around where Black women are beautiful, where they're not going to look down on me. Treat them with respect. I'm not saying to mistreat women. Treat them like queens, right? If I'm going to simp, I might as well simp for beautiful Black women from West Africa, Central Africa, places like Suriname, Brazil, the Caribbeans, parts of the American South. I can go and simp for those women. Quality women, right? Like I said, you can take that same 10,000.
He don't give a damn about Black American women. He just threw that in for your ears, Nakmeezy. See how he slipped that in? Oh yeah, and the Southern Black women, yeah, them too. I'll date them too. You know, there's some good women that are Black American women too. I ain't said all of them are garbage. He did that for your ears, Nakmeezy.
$1,000 and go get you a freaking MD at the bank, then sit down there and waste time talking with a Somali. Why would I do that?
Or I can just get your Oromo girl. It's only $500. Looks exactly the same, and they're not gonna call you a dusty Jareer. And then you pay.
Perfect. Exactly.
Well, you said you're Oromo, bro. You don't look like you said you're half Oromo, but you don't have that look, Kaizo.
No, I'm part Oromo, not full Oromo.
You sound like
Let me fast forward to Alfredamus. Come on, let's get to Alfredamus. Fuck this shit. Fuck this shit. Shut up. God damn. Long-winded ass. Here we go. Watch this.
African brother.
Interesting conversation. You know, the crazy thing is, I noticed, you know, like on the internet, for some reason, there is more and more, you know, like you know, these are supposed to be men, but they don't really operate like men. Like Gasemup is over here worried about, complaining that he's bothered by whatever perception Somalis have. You know, if the dog's bark, the lion is still king. You see? So if that's truly your attitude, because attitude is belief. It's what you believe, you see, about yourself. Because to have a strong belief, you have to know something about yourself. See, there are things that you learn about yourself and how you interact with people. Like, it doesn't matter. You don't see these things because guess what? You are the X factor. You know, you dictate the energy.
Exactly.
You are the one in charge. Like, for example.
Yeah, I heard him say he was into diamond mining and whatnot. I'm pretty sure it has some really fucked up stuff, but he's still telling on a possible scammer. So I can at least respect that part. I'm not going to be where he's at mining diamonds and whatnot. I'm not going to be digging with my hands and all that kind of stuff. So I don't care. Okay, if he's taking advantage of Africans over there with diamond mines and all that, that's not my business. I'm not going. But what I do care about is for us to not be scammed. That's called focused in on what my agenda is, which is protecting my people about potential scammers. I don't care about anything else that's going on in Africa. I'm not going. I'm not there. I don't care. Okay. If they want to care, they should start caring. Okay. They can change their mind and start doing different, but they're not. So do I care about what they're doing in Africa? No, I just want to make sure we ain't there partaking in what's going on there in Africa. That's all I care about, Nakmeezy. So you need to understand how my mind works. That's how my mind works.
You know, a man, how I was raised and trained, a man, you grow up, you go out there, you know, build yourself, because men have to build themselves. Women, you know, you just, if you're a beautiful woman, you know, you're good. By the time, you know, in a teenage years going to 20, there's going to be men lining up for that woman, either for marriage, you know, which I call high price prostitution, or, you know, making her their girlfriend. We've all seen this, okay? So the men also who, you know, have talent.
So why are you involving me in your conversation?
Can I finish, sir, please? So the men who have talents, for example, if you win the gin lottery pool, you know, you know, your physicality gets you into sports, you hone it, you make money quick, right? Or if you have some other talents, but majority of men, you have to build yourself from the ground up. And if you truly, truly build yourself as a man, you will never give a damn about what other culture or somebody thinks. You see what I'm saying? Because you are coming, you are deciding.
And this is the right mentality to have. Don't care about other cultures. Don't care about them being superior over you. A lot of these Pan-African clowns like Afro Think Tank, Brandon of Pan-African Strikes Back Again, and all these others are trying to be the $5 African. They will never be accepted for real, but they're usable fools. They're usable fools to influence us to go and try and get scammed or harmed or dumped or treated any kind of way by what their words are saying, because they're yappers. They're parroting the things in which the Africans need for us to trust and keep on doing the things that they're requiring us to do. Okay?
What you are going to do. And if you're truly endowed in your culture, because you already know that culture, even though culture doesn't let you grow, but you have to go against the grain. Pick the great parts of the culture, you know, and leave the others. That's how you become a leader. But you have a lot of people, they are bothered by what other people think of themselves. If you're not a Somali, like I'm not a Somali.
I just want y'all to know, whenever y'all see me act a fool on a platform, trust and believe I could talk nice if they would let me. I could talk calmly if they allow me. That's the way I am normally, like this. Unfortunately, I have to bulldoze. I had to fight to get a word edgewise in because they don't respect a woman speaking. Many of these Africans don't want women speaking. In fact, I saw Putney Princess yesterday on Kazarian's platform, and she was fighting with that dude Hammer and that dumb bitch ass rifleman, the first American rifleman who's claiming to be a Black American, who's half Jamaican, who always disrespects Black Americans every chance he gets. And he would not let Putney Princess speak comfortably, even though she held her own very well. I was shocked that she didn't snap on him. But he was like, where's your husband? Your husband should be up here talking to men. Bitch, you're not smarter than Putney Princess. Okay? You add nothing to a conversation. Putney Princess teaches her history. She brings facts. She sounds smart, clear, concise. Bitch, African American rifleman, you don't do a goddamn thing. You are nothing but a bitch ass nigga. And I wish to goodness your ass would be stranded in Africa in an open fucking ocean or a desert. I don't give a fuck. Somewhere stranded, bitch. I have no respect for you. And you were trying to fight her tooth and nail to get a word out, all because she was a woman. And a lot of these Africans have a problem with women speaking such as me. Like I said, I would not come for the juggler if I could just come up there like I did on Kazarian's platform and I gave my presentation. If people let me talk calmly like I normally talk like this, I would talk calm. But they never will, because they don't want me making sense. They want me to be rattled. They want me cussing and acting a fool so they can say, look at the crazy woman. Look at the crazy woman. But what did that crazy woman say? What did that crazy woman show? Why aren't you guys showing any motherfucking thing ever? Why don't you talk about the things that I talk about ever? I'm glad Kazarian Empire is finally talking about this type of stuff, though, which has really upset a lot of Pan-Africans because he's showcasing the evils of Africa. And I find that to be refreshing, because most Africans don't want us knowing a goddamn thing ever. They want us to stay in the dark. They want us to stay clueless. They want us to stay dumbfounded so that they can swoop in and they can give you an imaginary hug. My brother and sisters, we got a plan for you. We want you to sign up for this. We want you to do that. We want you to come here. We want you to fly there. We want you to do this. All these things leading us to bankruptcy. While they're filling our pockets, while we're filled up with dreams of Wakanda, they're conning us. We're waiting for dividends to arrive later while they're getting money now. And that is just not smart for us to continually preach that we have to go do when we ain't got the money like that. We ain't got the money you got, Nakmeezy, over there in Holland. We ain't got it like that. But you're preaching as if we got it like that while you're living in Holland. There's a lot of people that got maybe $10,000, $20,000, $30,000, maybe a pension, maybe some retirement money coming in, maybe a 401k, something. But if they mix up with the wrong people, they ain't gonna have a dime. They ain't gonna have a goddamn thing. And that's the point of why I do my videos and how I'm passionate about it, because I'm so annoyed that no one's noticing what I'm seeing. And I talk about what I see and people barely hit the like, barely subscribe to my channel. But if I'm cussing motherfuckers out, if I'm acting a goddamn fool, then people show up. So I'm gonna start mixing every other video with craziness and go back to education. I'm gonna just switch it up. I'm just gonna be crazy one day, smart another day. Fuck it. That's what I'm gonna do.
Somali, for instance, like, I don't give a damn about what they think about me or what they think about people that look like us, you know, because it really doesn't matter, you know. And also I hear the Lebanese people talk about Lebanese. Like, I always talk about this, like, my father was a diamond businessman. You know, I grew up. Again,
when he said my father was a diamond businessman, my mind went straight to slavery. It did. But I ain't there. And I'm not going. So I really don't care. But at least he said what he did so that you can kind of, you know, gather where his family bloodline is about. or what they have they maybe partook in. I have a glimmer of that, but even though that may be the case, he still has enough integrity to call out scammers. And he's not asking for my money, so I don't care. He's not specifying Black Americans invest in what he's talking about. So right now, I don't care. Right now, he could be used for the knowledge of helping our mentality to be stronger by exposing the various types of Africans that are not doing good for us and Pan-Africans that are not doing good for us. They are just out here getting their own golden goose, and they're leading people to their doom and struggle and start all over from, ground zero. While everybody comes to America and they get helped, they get housing, they get all these things that we're losing and we're taking for granted. And we're being switched out and replaced to go to Neverland of Africa. And I have a problem with that, because the mentality of that is for us to become immigrants, stateless, refugees, migrants, looking for a fucking Wakanda. I have a problem with that. That's why I come as strong as I do, because I feel it so strong in my spirit. And people don't get me because I feel deeply. I discern deeply. I see things clearly. And people don't see until it's too late. People don't want to respond until it's too late. Then they want to cry and scream and point fingers and do this and that and the other. But why didn't you have it in you to point fingers before stuff happens, though? What is wrong with us pointing fingers before things come to get us, though? There used to be a time when people used to be more spiritual and they could discern things and they would speak things. They would speak truth, to the things that were coming after us. Now it's mum's the word. Everybody wants to get along. Everybody wants to pretend that this so-called Blackness is reality, that it means unity. It don't mean unity. It means bankrupt those Black Americans so that they will be at ground zero and start all over again like everybody else is doing. That's what they mean. Pan-Africanism is that lethal. That's why when they talk about investments, they clearly keep saying African Americans. They don't know no other name. They don't know Haitians, Jamaicans, other Africans that are globally all over the place. In America and everywhere else, they can't specify them. They can't even specify Pan-Africans. They say African Americans. Why? Because we're the pool of people that are not attached to Africa like that. And we supposedly have the dollar. Like the dollar is now being fucked with right now. But right now the dollar is, the currency to have. That's why they're coming for our money. But pointing this out somehow, I'm against Black people. No, they're against me, so I'm against them. Okay, as simple as that. I don't make things a little bit harder than it has to be. If you're coming for us, I'm coming for you. If you're lying to us, I'm gonna come and expose you. Okay, let's go.
In Sierra Leone Diamond area, this is what we did. Majority of the rich people in Gambia, they are my relatives. We control most of the businesses, you see. But when people say Lebanese, I grew up with lots of Lebanese. Lebanese were my neighbors. People's idea about Lebanese is so far from reality. They try to make it seem like all these Lebanese are united. Lebanese, even like, they operate in town. Some of them are Christians, some are Muslims, but they build networks, trust between each other. People come with their individual money. Don't forget, Lebanon is not a rich country. Lebanon is very poor, which is why these Lebanese travel and leave.
So what he's trying to explain, so you guys can catch up, he's like saying to Gasemup, or exposing Gasemup, because Gasemup is trying to say, I don't want to deal with Somalians because they don't really like me. I don't want to deal with Lebanese and all these other types of people that are not, quote unquote, African Black people. keyword blackness, because he wants us to get in the mindset of this so-called Pan-African talk. And he's saying a real businessman don't look at color. We go where we need to have business at. We go where the networks are already in place, and we add to the trade, the business as men. Move globally. We don't care about this so-called blackness and Pan-African talk. We're real men. That's what he's saying. He's exposing Gasemup for not being the so-called real man he's conveying himself to be on social media by saying this blackness and this Pan-African talk and Black Americans need to go do this and pull money together, because he knows, he sees Gasemup for what he is. He's been studying him like I have. I'll say Afrodamus has been studying Gasemup like I have. And he has come to the same conclusion as I have. He knows that Gasemup has been deliberately working for the past year or so on social media to resemble like he's smarter than hell, that he speaks so eloquently, that he can be trusted, that his advice and all these types of things can be trusted because of the way he's been sounding on platforms. And Afrodamus has been understanding that it's nothing more than him grooming Black Americans into believing that he's so smart, therefore we can trust him. And Gasemup is about to expose that, but he's working his way to that. He's very crafty, I'll give him that. So he's like telling it how he is a man for real in comparison to Gasemup. And then he's going to expose the fact that he is a scammer. He's going to tell him to his face that, dude, I've been seeing what you've been doing with Black Americans, trying to like garner this trust to scam them up later. He says it in this live right here. Let's go.
But they are very, very business oriented. They develop trust between each other. So even like my tribe, we have the same network. We operate that way. In fact, the place where I send my money to, because I stopped using the bank, the people I send my money to, the secretary, the person that, takes care of all the stuff, is a Somali. But it's a Soninke business. Somalis and the Soninkes, they work together in business. We develop different networks. So like, for instance, if you're in the West Coast, you find somebody, you develop a network in the East Coast. This person has to be trusted because, like if you ship something, you are not there. It is supposed to be delivered with no problem. So Lebanese develop this network and they follow that. And I noticed the Somalis do that. So when people come, like they start saying, oh, African.
Y'all already know they hate me. Like I said, I didn't come here to be liked on social media. I came to be a truth bearer. I came to do what most men won't do, which is expose what needs to be exposed. Since I sat back for like 6 months waiting patiently, I had hoped that Kobe Smith and Nakmeezy would have been doing what I'm doing. That's what I had hoped. I don't even like speaking, to be honest with you. I get tongue-tied. It's heavy on me because it's not natural. I'm an introvert. I'm not an extrovert. So it's difficult for me to speak. I think things through. I don't speak things as eloquent as people because I'm not used to being out there speaking. But I waited and waited and waited. And as I waited, I started seeing scams here, scams there, scams there. And I was like, damn, I can't sit on this. I got to start exposing this myself. So I was forced to do what I'm doing. It's not even natural for me to do. And if men would do what I'm doing, trust me, I would sit my ass down and shut the fuck up. But they're not doing it. So if they want to be upset with me, be upset with yourself. Talking about women not submitting to you, you're not married to them, is dumb. Talking about getting women to have sex because you took her out for dinner, it's dumb. You don't have no land. You ain't so much as build a goddamn shed here in America, but we're supposed to let you lead us? Lead us to where? A wilderness? No, I'm not going. And since you guys think that you could lead us to a goddamn wilderness, I'm taking the goddamn lead, like it or not, okay?
us Africans, that raises a red flag because I'm already seeing these people in their operations. They don't have the discipline to be businessmen. So a lot of Africans cannot be trusted because they do not.
See, about to break it down right here. I appreciate that, Easy Axe, because I'm telling you, it's not been easy. I'm a good writer. I rather write, but speaking is not my forte. I'm not a good speaker, and I know that, but I have passion and I do get angered and I do like exposing people, especially if I catch them in a lie. That's what I do. And I'm getting better as I go on, but it's just not natural. It's not. But nonetheless, I've exposed at least 6 different people with scams before they scammed. Not too late. Not too late. Before. I described the kind of scams that they were partaking in. I said what they were about, and it all came out later through confirmations through other people. Later. But nonetheless, I rang the alerts. I sound the bell. I try to tell people beforehand, this is what's coming. Check this motherfucker out. Look at how he's talking. Look at how he's a typical con artist and this and that and the other. That's how I did my videos showcasing how I seen them, how I saw who they were. And then months later, it came out they were scammers. Okay? And like I said, a lot of times when you have a discerning spirit, you're walking out on blind faith without evidence yet. But you know what you know. You don't know how to explain it. You just know that you know. And if I wait to get confirmation, it's too late. So I just went out on faith like my uncle before he died told me. He said, you got the spirit of discernment. Don't distrust what God put in you. You got it. Go ahead and use God's gift that he gave you. Don't fear what he put in you, because everything that you've been telling me that has not happened yet, and then it happens later, tells me you're gifted with discernment. And I started listening to my uncle, my great uncle, and I started, following what he told me to go do. And sure enough, I've been right since. So people can say I'm crazy. I'm on panels cussing people out. I'm not respecting men and this and that and the other. They haven't given me a reason to respect most of them. They haven't. When they're just simply talking about their dingalings, and they're talking about tourism, and they're talking about passport bros, they're talking about women's booties and getting extra wives and all. How am I going to respect that? What is that doing for our mentality? How is that protecting us from scammers? How is that going to help us to move better for this near future of being bankrupt? Biden is not playing with Black Americans at all. We don't have the luxury to throw away thousands upon thousands of dollars to Neverland, fake ass Wakanda. That mindset is going to destroy us. And you know who's enabling that? Black American men. They're the ones that are enabling that. Think about Dynasty Mir. Already 2 frauds have happened on his watch, on his channel. He's never apologized. He never said it was a fucked up thing to have happen on his platform. He still goes and do more guests with more ideas for scams. Because as long as he get his cut, he don't care. And that's why I don't have respect for Dynasty Mir and men like that. Because they only care about their golden goose and their dingaling. How am I going to let people like that lead someone smart like me? It ain't happening. So let's go.
Like they start saying, us African, that raises a red flag because I'm already seeing these people in their operations. They don't have the discipline to be businessmen. So a lot of Africans cannot be trusted because they do not have that network, that family connection.
You hear him? They don't have the network, or if they do have a network, is for syndicates for scamming, like Nigerians. Go back and look at my past videos where I describe the syndicates of Nigerians up on social media. I called it out maybe 3-4 videos ago. 3-4 videos ago. My last channel that was taken down a few months ago, I did the same type of showcasing of how they're, utilizing fraud identifications and whatnot, passports and all this, the romance scam and 419 scams and all these other scams that Nigerians have been known to do globally. And they're on social media targeting Black Americans. And we should not assume that a Nigerian talking smartly can be trusted. That's dumb.
Because if the person absconds with your money, what can you do? Nothing. But the Lebanese culture, they can shame each other. In my culture, they shame you. I noticed the Somalis do that.
What are you talking about, sir?
Sir, let me finish.
I'm going to let you finish, but you're confusing us right now.
Hold on.
What? No, wait. What are you talking about? I'm confused.
Can you?
I can't. No, I don't know. I'm not exercising discipline. What the hell are you talking about? We were talking about dating Somali women. What the fuck are you talking about, dude?
Oh, did you not talk about Lebanese business too?
Is this guy on drugs? Can somebody help this guy? Because I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
He's getting emotional because he knows that he's about to get called out. And every time they know they're about to get called out, they turn up. They turn ratchet all of a sudden. Remember how they call us ratchet and ghetto? Then all of a sudden he forgot about being refined and poised, educated, sounding educated, if that's a word. No, it's not. But he forgot about all that because he didn't want Afrodamus to shit on his parade. He was having a nice, cozy conversation with Nakmeezy. Brotherly love. Oh, my brother. Oh, hit the link. Oh, I got you, bro. Tell your Black Americans to go do this and go do that. Become global citizens around the globe. We're going to be a Black family, y'all. We're going to be Black together. We're going to be loving one another. Getting this money together. My Black people.
You're talking about the
We mentioned the Lebanese in passing as an off example.
Okay. How many?
Nobody was talking about the Lebanese business practices. We were talking about dating Somali women and why we would not, or why I would not date a Somali woman. What the fuck are you talking about? Oh, you're a man, and if you're a man, you build yourself, and then you do like Bob the Builder and Dora the Explorer. She comes out and she gives you a cookie. What the fuck are you talking about?
All right, can I proceed? All right, so clearly the guy is triggered. He was earlier talking about how he is such a businessman.
And like I said, I respect the fact that you cannot fluff Afrodamus. I don't like him on his platform 60% of the time. But when he goes on other platforms, he don't give a damn about you fluffing him up. He coming with a goddamn sword. As you should. Come with a damn sword. Don't come to get patted on the head, to be told, oh, you's a good African brother. None of that. He don't give a damn about none of that. And that's the attitude I respect, because that's the same attitude I have, okay?
But he doesn't even have the discipline to control his emotions. He's
did I say I'm a businessman? Did I say I'm a businessman?
You see, again.
No, but this is what I'm trying to say. Like, I've noticed this about you, because on your last show, you can't finish. On your last show, you was talking hella shit about me, right? And like I said, I don't care to know you. I don't care that you talk about me. That's great, right? That's great. More promotion. I hope more people come to my channel. But my point is, dude, I don't know you. I don't want to know you. I never said I'm a businessman. I had a conversation with people, and I gave them.
He says he does business in Nigeria. He says he has a shop that he pays 2 years in advance. He goes and sells stuff from the shop, and then he goes back to America and re-ups on the money. What are you talking about, Gasemup? That's exactly what you said. That's exactly what you said. You got two different things going on, but all of a sudden you forgot what you just said? What, less than an hour before? This is what I mean. He got him choked up, Afrodamus. He don't know which way to go. He's hoping that Nakmeezy was going to save him. Nakmeezy stay quiet. So he's free falling, y'all. He's about to hit his head on the concrete.
Right, on what they can do to buy equities in Africa. That's all I said to them. So I don't know what you're talking about.
But why would we be buying equities in Africa when we can't trust Nigerians on social media? Why would we take advice from someone like you that's unnamed, unknown, never will come up, don't know what tribe you're from, don't even know where you live, nothing about you, but we always hearing you on Dynasty Mirror and everywhere you go about suggestions to Black Americans about what we should do with our money? And that's not a red flag right there? That's a red flag. No one knows you, bitch. No one's seen you, ho. We don't know where you live, bitch. We don't know what you partaking in. You could be a Yahoo boy for all we know, ho. You could be a part of a cult, bitch. A Nigerian syndicate cult, bitch. That I described in videos times past ago. Bitch, we're not giving you the benefit of the doubt. Nakmeezy can, be the brotherly love bullshit. My brother. Oh yeah, I'll check that out. Thank you for giving me tips. Yeah, I'll go do that. Not me, bitch.
Can we just put this for the record, right? In 2023, let's stop this. If somebody says something that you don't like, stop saying, oh, you're being emotional. You're being emotional. It's gaslighting, and it sounds like what white women do. If you don't like what the person says, absorb it and respond back. Stop saying, oh, you're not disciplined. You're emotional. Your uncle's a lesbian. Your mom is a breakdancer. Let's cut this shit out. Like, we're all quote-unquote men here, right? We all have prostates here, so let's be real. All right, I don't know what the hell you're talking about. I didn't say anything about doing business with Honey K and Ivory Coast. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. But go on ahead. I just want it for the record.
Yeah, you might be a male, but being man, I don't know about that. That's very questionable with your temperament.
Yeah, you're right. I don't want to be. If being a man means being like you, I don't want to be a man. Then you're right. So good. I'm not a man. Woohoo. You're the man, right? You walk with lions. You got the biggest nuts in the jungle. Great. All right, you're a man. Who cares? So you win. Gas them up. You win. You're the toughest, manliest man. You win. What's next?
All right. Let me proceed here. So what I was speaking on the business aspect, because obviously the man has to moonwalk this. That's why I said, when the dogs bark, no matter how loud the dog barks, when the lions show up, the lion is still king. Okay? So let me continue on here. So when people come online, for instance, you're speaking on things that there are people who truly are knowledgeable about this. They live this life. If you're just running your mouth, talking about things that do not make sense, obviously when it's pointed out, this will happen, right? The man, since he wants me to talk about his fetish for Somali women, he clearly is exhibiting, identity crisis and low self-esteem. What is a Nigerian doing looking for a Somali woman?
I'm not a Nigerian. What the fuck are you talking about? Are you on cocaine?
Oh, you're not a Nigerian.
Again, he wants to claim that he don't claim names that white people gave him. But he most certainly rocking those passports if he's going to Nigeria, though, okay? He is known to be a Nigerian if he travels abroad, though. So even if the bitch doesn't, in his mind, claim to be Nigerian, the governments of Nigeria and the passport process that he has in his possession says he's a Nigerian. So Afrodamus is calling him out because this talk about I'm not Nigerian, I'm not taking on the name of the white man, this Pan-African talk, oh, I claim this, and you don't know me, I'm intellectual, and I'm smarter than what the white man tells me to be. Bitch, you still whatever the passport says you are. You still move like the passport says you will be moving like, bitch. What the fuck are you talking about? So Afrodamus is pointing out, like, well, what does your passport say? Okay, what do you call yourself outside of social media then? What is your tribe? What is your clan? Let's know a little bit about you, sir. This is what we need to see. A motherfucker that's presuming to be so fucking smart gets rattled easily when Afrodamus or a real alpha man challenges him on his bullshit. And this is what I love seeing.
Listen, I'm nothing. You're a man, right? Listen, you just said.
Look at how fast he sucked him off. I'm nothing. Yes, suck him off now. Hurry up and try to end this conversation now. Get off. Deflect now. Suck. I'll suck you off, Afrodamus, if you just leave me alone. Can you please get off of my neck? Please. I thought I had the Black Americans in the palm of my hand. Please, pull back. I'll suck you off a little bit more. Bitch, you doing the sucking. I ain't suck shit, bitch. You suck. Okay? Keep sucking.
The dog is barking. So since I'm a dog barking, why the fuck are you worried about what I am? You focus on you. Like, don't worry about me. Like, this is what's gay about it, right? I don't think about you. Why are you thinking about me? You mentioned me on your last panel. Why are you talking about me, dude? Like, listen. You know what? Listen. No, don't talk about me. Listen. Focus on your woman. Focus on the woman in your life. I hope you have a woman. Don't worry about me. I don't worry about you, okay? You don't. Listen, if you're in the middle of stroking your chick, don't gas them up. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want nothing to do with you. I don't know you. I don't want to know you. Stop talking about me. If I say chickens are red, let me say what the fuck I say. I don't care what you say or what you do, champ. I don't know you. I don't want to know you. Like, you just sitting there, you're emotional. You're not a psychologist. You're not board certified in anything. This guy just told you he doesn't use banks. Okay, great. That's you. You don't use banks. For the rest of the people that don't have that luxury, they have to use banks. What are you talking about? So now I'm not a good businessman because I told people to open up a business account and make sure they get their...
He didn't tell people. He told Black Americans. Okay, catch the lie. He didn't tell people. He told Nakmeezy. Nakmeezy, you could tell your Black Americans to do this. He didn't tell other Nigerians. He didn't tell other Africans. He didn't tell Confaro, gremlin-looking ass Pan-African or other Pan-Africans to do what he's saying. He clearly went up on the panel to address Nakmeezy. He was talking to Nakmeezy's people, to Nakmeezy's influence. That's what he was doing. And Afrodamus is about to blow up his spot in just a little bit. But he's letting him work. He's working it in a slow roast. He's like acting like a cobra. He's about to strike in a minute. But he's letting him get more and more emotional.
Have that luxury, they have to use banks. What are you talking about? So now I'm not a good businessman because I told people to open up a business account and make sure they get their business stuff in order. Oh, I can tell you don't know business. What the fuck are you talking about, champ? You ain't making no sense.
Who is he to tell us anything about business, though? Who is he? How has he garnered trust from us, though, to tell us any goddamn thing? Where's this trust been established at, though? Why is he specifying, talking to us about what we need to be doing? Because that's what he thinks he ought to be able to do. Just waltz in, give a couple of compliments to Nakmeezy, and be brothers for the day. I'm your brother. We all in this together. We all got black skin. You are cousin, bro. We got blood ties, bro. You my family, bro. No, you're not, bitch.
It's all right. Proceeding. So clearly, I did not say I don't have a bank. I said I do not use the bank.
You just said you don't use banks. I didn't say that's the point. You just said you don't use banks to send money, and most people don't have that luxury.
Really? So you cannot walk up to. You don't know Nigerians. You can go to take the money from the bank and send it through them. If you don't know them.
If you are listening to this and you
see how he stepped on his words. He said, Do you know other Nigerians? You don't have networks set up with them? Of course he does. The Froster syndicates. That's his hookup. That's his hookup. And he hurried up to try to camouflage Afrodama spilling and dropping the beans right there. Watch.
Right, that's the point. You just said you don't use banks to send money. And most people don't have that luxury.
Really? So you cannot walk up to, you don't know Nigerians, you can go to take the money from the bank and send it through them.
If you
don't know them?
If you are listening to this and you take your money and you sit there and give it to Afridamus and say, hey, send it to my person, you might get your money, right? There are a lot of networks like that. No one is saying that, but you might lose your money. You're better off taking your money to an institution that has what they call the FDIC, right? The FDIC. He knows, I hope he knows about this. And so that way you can get some sort of recourse if your money is, or your funds are taken in some way. This homeboy economics that this bullshit guy is talking about is the same reason why Usain Bolt lost all his money, because some nigga like Afrodamus was talking that sweet poison honey to him and he fucking drank this shit and died. Now Usain Bolt got to put on his fucking shoes again and run with these young boys and get smoked because he listened to niggas like Afrodamus, because he walks with lions. Like, dude, why do you still talk about me? That's the shit that's confusing.
Again, he uses our talking points, nigga this. He wants to be us, to have us still be in his, I mean, he's using manipulation right here. Nigga this, nigga that. I thought you were so poised and refined. Didn't you want to get away from the ratchet talk? So why are you trying to throw nigga around? Okay? You're scrambling right now, Gasemup. He's exposing your ass. So now you want to make it all dramatic and theatrical so that you can cover up what Afrodamus is trying to do right here. But it's still not going to work. Okay?
Focus on your girl. Focus on your wife. You know what I'm saying? Worry about your dentist and where he puts his fingers in before he puts it in your mouth. Don't worry about Gasemup. But if you are, you know what? When you're fucking your wife, call me. Say, guys, come and help me out. Then I might come over there and help you out. Since you like me so much. Since you worry about Gasemup so much, when you fucking your wife, call me. I'll come help you out. This guy's a crazy.
Yeah, he's doing all that because he's feeling so hurt right now. He sounds like a woman right there on his period. My God. What happened, Gasemup? You sounded so poised just 45 minutes ago. You suggested to Nakmeezy what to do and how to be a global citizen, how to start a business globally with the black-skinned brethren. What happened 45 minutes ago, Gasemup? You forgot about it? Just that quick? Hey.
Guys, come and help me out. Then I might come over there and help you out. Since you like me so much. Since you worry about Gasemup so much, when you fucking your wife, call me. I'll come help you out. This guy's crazy, man.
There's a reason why we have 2 ears and 1 mouth. It's so that we listen more than we talk, you know. But I also heard that you were saying you are a teacher. That is very interesting. You are a teacher. The man who doesn't.
I said I'm an educator. I never said I'm a teacher. You don't know what capacity I am in. So again, you're focused on me, and if you're focused on me, then
I'm not
scary.
focused on you. I'm
an educator. I never said what capacity. Right? I can be a teaching assistant. I can be a professor. I can be anything. I never specified what position I'm in.
What is your
I am not telling. Listen, look, dude. I'm not telling anybody any YouTube business. You know why? If you want to get to know me, you get to know me. What have I told you? Okay. Here's the thing. Why do you care? Because I don't care about you. Like, that's the sad.
He not telling us nothing about him, but he got suggestions for us to go do. He wants us to trust whatever he's talking about, but we can't know not one thing about him. Can't see a picture. Can't see him live. Don't even know what city he lives in. Don't even know what tribe he's a part of. And he claims he's not Nigerian. So what the fuck are you, dude? What you doing? Okay? But he has so many suggestions about what Black Americans ought to be doing first thing in the morning. Bright eye, bushy tail, all that. He's ready for it. He was on fire this morning, he thought. He thought he was about to run game and run off into the sunset with a big ass smile, and Afrodamus came and shitted on him. He shitted on him. Watch.
All right. But let me finish. Can I
you can't finish because you keep mentioning me. No, it's not my show, but you keep mentioning me, champ. Like, listen, champ, listen. How about you do this? No, it's not funny. Like, no, you can't answer, right? Because what you're doing is, look, Africans.
You know I'm not Dusty because I've never, ever done anything different from where I started. I started in 2018 investigating pan-Africanism because I didn't even know what the fuck that shit was. And then I studied the history of it. Then I started following people talking about it all the time. And then I started recognizing that everywhere I went that was so-called Pan-Africans, the identity of us was up for grabs as far as questioning who the fuck are we? Who are these Black Americans? Who are you really? You're not really American. You're really African. You from Africa. You need to come back to the motherland. You need to support Africa. You need to bring your investments to Africa. All that shit kept happening. And I was like, why are they signaling us out? Why are they so consumed with our identity? Those things start spinning in my mind like, what the hell is going on? Something is not right. Motherfuckers are not jamming up Haitians and Jamaicans and other Africans about why they call themselves Ibu and Yorubas and Fulanis and all these fights that's going on over there and all these clashes and genocides and all these things. These motherfuckers are over here in our face though. When we're all mixed up with all kinds of stuff, they arguing with us. What the fuck is going on? So I started watching and learning and start piecing shit together. Discerning, tracking, watching, learning. And now I'm here.
Do these tactics, right? You're coming here, you're throwing little shots at me. I don't really give a damn, you know what I'm saying? What you eat don't make me shit. But what I'm saying to you, champ, is this: as men, right? I don't talk about you. I have my own channel. I don't
You're a male. You're right? Male. You're not
okay, I'm a male, right? I'm a male. Good. I'm not a man. You're the man. You're the man. You're the man. I agree. Good, right? So since I'm not a man, right, and I'm a male, but somehow I get a lot of pussy, but I'm just a male, right? So good. I agree. I'm a male. So I'm a male, right? So since I'm a male and you're a man, here's what we can do. When you have your conversations, just leave me out of it. Don't talk about me. Don't say, oh, that guy and gassed him up. He's obviously, you don't know me. I don't want to know you. But this is what's so sad, right? Instead of you to get to know me, right, you and I might be able to do good conversations and have great business and do beautiful things. As brothers, as Africans, you just sit down there so worried about me, talking disrespectful to me. I don't ever talk disrespectfully to you. I've never said nothing about you, and that's what's sad about it. You don't even have the common courtesy to say, yo, you know what, this guy's never ever come at me anyway, but I just want to keep coming at him. Like, dude, what world do you live in, man? Grow up, let's be men here. I don't know you, I don't want to know you, and I'm not going to disrespect you. But why do you always feel the need to come and talk to me and say things about me? But you're the man. Where's the respect in that, champ? Let's be respectful. So as men, I won't talk about you, which I don't. You don't talk about me. Just say your piece and let's keep it pushing. What's so hard in that, brother?
You know, again, that's why I said there's a difference between a man and a male. You see, your emotions are involved. It's called the Afridamus report. And the report reports on every comment. It doesn't mean I care about you. I mean, you're a human being. You know, I care about all humans. I wouldn't be emotional like you and say, oh, I don't care. But I'm not taking your personal life because I don't know you. The things you say on the...
You see, Afridamus was not going to have this love affair right there. He wasn't going to have no smooching and shit going on. My brother, let's embrace over some dinner and some Coke. My brother. My brother.
Internet. I have to analyze those things. You just a minute ago said you are not Nigerian. And we've heard you, mimicking the pidgin, language, talking about you in a village, talking about Gari. Is that all fake? Because because you said you are not Nigerian. Are you
I'm not a Nigerian. I'm not a Nigerian. According to you, I'm a male. So let's start with there. I'm a male, right? I'm not a Nigerian, so I'm a male.
No, can you?
I'm a male.
Okay, okay. Are you a male Nigerian?
I'm not a Nigerian. Like, dude,
what are you? What are you?
Why do you want to know what I am? I don't care to know what you are.
Because you were speaking about what a great businessman you are. You were.
I never said everybody's here. I never said I'm a great businessman.
Well,
I never said that.
Are you? Well, you were.
I never said that. Like, this is the definition of gaslighting, ladies and gentlemen. Gasemup never said that. I never said, and the people who are here, listen, no, you can't finish, because the two people who are on the platform, Kaiser and Nakmeezy, can tell you, I clearly said, hey, I'm not a smart guy. I don't know anything. I'm not rich. I said this.
Well, then you should stop talking.
What the hell are you talking about?
Then stop talking.
You can't tell me to stop talking. You can't tell me to stop talking.
You just told me you're not a smart guy. You're not a good businessman. And now you are talking to a good businessman who's actually accomplished things that I can show. So here's the problem. I don't dream about. How do you know what I dream? How do you know what I dream about? That's some gay shit. But the point is this, right? The point is this. The point is this. Okay, I tell you stories. I just pulled up and I told you I was born in. My father was a businessman. Everybody in my family is. Myself here, I'm a businessman. You know, so what I'm hearing you say.
What you eat don't make me shit. I don't care about your money, champ.
Trust me.
Man make the money. Money don't make the man. I don't give a damn about your money, fam. Your money don't mean nothing to me. Your money doesn't mean anything to me.
I'm trying to address what you presented out.
No, I didn't present anything. See, this is the problem. Instead of you to come on here, listen, brother. Instead of you to come on here, shut your fucking mouth and say, hey, listen, this is how you can do good business, and tell people you come on here. No, don't worry about it. I'm Nigerian. Does your wife like anal sex? Does your wife like it up the ass?
I don't have a wife. I'm
okay, good. Maybe you should get one. Does your girlfriend like big balls in her mouth? It's none of my business, right? So stop worrying about me. That's my point. So what I'm trying to tell you is, what I'm trying to explain to you. Listen.
So keep that in mind, y'all, while I show you a clip of what's going on in Nigeria right now. This is why they really are coming for us, y'all.
As the deadline looms, tempers run high in the banks, and a makeshift currency swap centers too. With only a few days left, Maimuna Sabiu traveled 30 kilometers to swap her old Naira notes before they cease to be legal tender. She also wants cash to buy her family's basic needs, as businesses have started rejecting the old notes.
No one wants to take the old notes. We too don't want to risk it. We're stuck with them and can neither buy nor sell.
In October last year, Nigeria's central bank redesigned some of its currency notes, introducing more security features. It says the move was necessary, but the pain Nigerians go through is mounting as millions scramble to swap the old notes.
An estimated 64 million Nigerians.
So since they're being done dirty in Nigeria, they're looking for a scapegoat, Black Americans. They're looking to scam you more, Black Americans. This is what's going on in Nigeria right now, okay?
Access to banking services. Most of them live in rural areas like this where there is none. It's people like this who stand to lose some or all their savings when the deadline expires. Economists say.
So since they feel like they're about to lose all their savings, why not take all ours? Why not suggest us to go lose all our savings? Why not? Huh? Why not gas them up? You don't think I did research on your bitch ass and what's going on in Nigeria, bitch? You didn't think, huh?
Through is mounting as millions scramble to swap the old notes.
An estimated 64 million Nigerians lack access to banking services. Most of them live in rural areas like this where there is none. It's people like this who stand to lose some or all their savings when the deadline expires. Economists say if that happens,
It could worsen the poverty rate in a country where more than 16% of the population live below the poverty line. In Kano City, the country's second largest, the queues at the banks and cash dispensing machines are long, leaving many frustrated.
I'm currently in debt. Right now, I can't withdraw money to feed my family. I've closed my shop for 2 days to look for money to pay back my small debts and buy food for my family. So far, I'm unable to.
A problem that's even worse in crisis hit northeast and northwest Nigeria, where governors are worried that millions of their people will lose their life savings.
We have only 4 local governments that have banks. Even the 4 that I'm mentioning, the capacity to satisfy the people is not there.
The central bank is scrambling money deposit banks to the villages to ensure millions don't lose their savings.
We took the step to fund the banks and specifically instruct them to pay this money to agents that would go back to these communities and pay them.
I'm not here to save Nigerians. I'm here to save Black Americans. I'm not Nigerian. Okay? I'm here to save Black Americans from being scammed by Nigerians because of what they're going through in Nigeria. I'm not here to save Nigerians. I'm here to save Black Americans. Okay? Let's understand who I'm here to save.
Despite that, residents of rural areas fear they could still lose their savings like they did in a similar exercise 39 years ago. But in the capital Abuja, where monitoring the process is stricter, the complaints here are of inadequate supply of the new notes, but the queues are short.
It was easy because the bank has been nice and the bank is nice to us. They encourage us that we try to collect the money, confirm the money, and then pay into our own account.
A limited supply of the new notes has disrupted economic activities across the country. The parliament has asked for a 6-month extension, but the central bank is resisting, which could mean more chaos and losses for millions already struggling to feed their families.
So don't you understand why motherfuckers are coming for us more and more and more? This news clip was just 1 day ago on Al Jazeera. 1 day ago. Does Pan-Africans talk about that? No. Does Nigerians talk about that? No. Does Black Americans talk about that? I do. But most don't know because they're on panels talking about brothers and sisters. We should be loving one another. We love, we black skin we're in. We loving motherfucking pull the money in. We love. Fuck out of here.
Again, listen, does your wife want anal sex? Does your girlfriend like it up the ass? Because I can help her with that. I can put some dildos up there. But that's not the point. It's not my business, right? It's not concerning me. What I'm saying to you, brother, is simple. What I'm trying to tell you, champ, is very simple. You should have came on the panel, said your piece, and said, hey, listen, Nakmeezy, Kaizo, don't listen to that guy. He's an idiot. This is how you get business in Africa. You get A, B, and C. But you motherfuckers never tell people how to do the business. You always say, my father had 10 lands in this place. My uncle was breakdancing with Michael Jackson. My cousin was the biggest dick nigga in the Senegambia region. Nobody gives a fuck. Tell them how they can do good business and don't worry about gas them up. That's all you got to do. Stop worrying about me. Since you say you're a great businessman, you do all these big things, right? Tell us how to do it. You the man. Tell us. But no, you want to still talk about me. Stop being a bitch and do what you got to do. Don't worry about me, champ. I don't worry about you. I don't know you. I don't want to know you. So you tell us how to make good business. That's all. I'll learn. I'll listen. But please stop talking about me. Tell us how to do good business.
All right, proceeding. So let me talk to the audience without you interrupting me. So audience, let me...
As long as you don't mention my name, I will not interrupt you. As long as you don't mention me, I will not interrupt you. Thank you.
Okay. So guys, I'll tell you a story here. So I woke up one morning, right? I'm cruising through the internet. So I came across a stream and I heard some guys talking and So there was a guy there. He was talking about, trying to give advice to the people how to start businesses in Africa. Talking about, business account, EIN numbers, and there was that same guy. There was a guy in there who claimed that he is Nigerian. He even was speaking the Nigerian pidgin language. And then a minute later, he pretends to be American, right? But now, another guy pulls in. When this guy comes up, he started talking about business. And this man, in fact, not only is he a businessman, he was born in a business family. So the man started laying out the truth. The other man who didn't know if he's Nigerian or wherever he's from, he would not tell the people, started getting upset, talking about sexual deviant stuff. That's how people like that will never be able to
can you get to the fucking point, champ? Get to the point. Nobody want to hear this African bullshit, man. We don't want to hear your bullshit, Sharif. This is bullshit. Say what you gotta say. You got.
Oh, you see, all that Gasemup wanted to do is a quick drive-by. Find one of our better Black Americans to convince you can trust him. Here's a suggestion for you, my brother, my Black American brother. Here's a link. Here's what you go do to get your business going, brother. He was looking for a crash dummy, though.
Larry, this simple exercise can help you stay healthy, which keeps medical costs down. But you gotta do it every day, man. Or you'll get out of shape fast. You could learn a lot from a dummy.
You most certainly could. Nobody wants to be a crash dummy. Not on my watch, okay? So he's pissed that he wasn't able to find his good old brothers that he wants to make them crash dummies for. Not on my watch, okay? I don't care that you don't like me. I don't care that I have a bass in my voice and you sound all girly-like. I don't care. And you're cowards. I don't care. I'm still gonna do me. I'm still gonna do righteous for my people, irregardless of what you think, because I'm blessed by God to tell the truth. Okay, let's go.
You can't speak for everybody. I want to hear what he's got to say.
I don't want. He's talking about.
How do you mean nobody wants to hear? You can't speak for everybody else.
My man, listen. I'm being respectful to you. I don't know you, homie. You know what I'm saying? You don't know me. I don't know you. So don't come in here and fuck this.
So now you Black American, homie. What about the culture? The culture of the Nigerian. Isn't it more superior than the Black Americans? The Ebonics and all that kind of talk. Oh, why are you leaning on us when everything goes awry? Gasemup. Now you try to use our language. Homie? Nigga? Brother? Which one is it?
Everybody else. My man, listen. I'm being respectful to you. I don't know you, homie. You know what I'm saying? You don't know me. I don't know you. So don't come in here and suck this nigga dick. You don't know him. This motherfucker talk shit about me, and I'm not gonna let him talk shit about me. So don't sit down there and stop. He did not stop. My man. He did not.
Going to mention you.
But he's keep doing it. My man, are you that stupid? He's still talking shit about me. That's my point, dummy. No.
Oh, he got so emotional. Oh.
Oh my God, is what your bitch say with my dick in her. How about that, stupid?
He's not talking about you.
He's talking about me indirectly still. So tell us
how can you say indirectly?
Listen, my mans. Listen, you in this. Listen. Since you his boyfriend and y'all two gay lovers, which is okay, I support the gay community. Y'all should wrap yourselves in a rainbow bedsheet.
I want to suck you off, Adamus. If you just stop it. If you just leave me be. I had the crash dummies in the palm of my hands, and you came along and you just swatted them out of my hands. How dare you! Oh, Adamus, can I suck you off so you can just talk? Stop it!
and get off the panel and make love to each other. But at the end of the day, this motherfucker said he got good business ideas. Let him say the business ideas instead of saying, I just want to say for the panel, there was a guy long ago, he saw a man, and his name was Tweedledee, and Tweedledee knew Shrek, and Shrek was dancing to Makossa to Awilo Longomba, and Awilo knew a guy in the Senegambia region who had 5 baby mothers and 3 cupcakes. What the fuck is he saying, man?
Let
Like,
him
come
speak
on.
his own style.
No, I'm not letting him speak. The motherfucker's an idiot, and this is stupid. Tell the motherfucker to give us good business advice. If he don't give us good business advice, I'm gonna keep doing this shit. Tell him to give us good business advice. He wants to tell us how to invest in businesses, right? Because this is what you guys do. You motherfuckers play with the bull and you get the horse that you know what to do. You're being emotional. You're being emotional. No, I'm not being emotional. I'm responding to the faggoty shit, the little girly man shit that he's doing. He said he has good business advice that I dream of. Good. He said he's a man and I'm a male. Good. I agree with him. I'm not fighting him, right? He's the toughest guy in the world. Tell us how to do good business. But he ain't shit because he won't tell you that. He just wants to have good business so he can. No, he's not. That's not telling you business. He's not telling you shit. And obviously, if you think he's telling you something, then you must not know business either. He's a fucking scammer. These Africans are scammers. This is what I'm trying to tell you. Listen, look, if you want to have a philosophical discussion with me, my man, you don't know me and I don't know you, right? I have a channel. It's called Gas Them Up. You can type it in. Send me an email, gasthemup@gmail.com, and we can set up a debate, a conversation, whatever you want to have. I'm not a smart guy, but I promise you. No, listen, I'm not a smart guy, but I promise you. I'm not a smart guy, but I promise you.
The thing is, you know, promoting this Asian business service.
What Asian business service?
Yeah, I looked into it. I was posting the details.
Zen Business.
Zen Business.
Yeah. That's in America. I didn't promote an Asian business service, sir. Are you in America? Because
Business is owned.
ZenBusiness.com.
It's an Asian company. You do the research?
Great. Okay, that's great. It's owned by an Asian company. Here's what I'm trying to explain to you, sir.
And their philosophy, their purpose, when you read
the British calling him out too? Ooh. The IC3 dudes calling him out too? Oh, he didn't expect this one to happen. Watch.
Mission statement. The mission statement of Zen Business is to expand and improve Asian business, not African or black or American.
Really? I didn't know that.
So that's your business advice.
Oh, bro, I didn't know. Bro, I didn't know.
Your perspective. So you're promoting
I didn't know. Hold on, bro. Let me sip some more water.
But can I hear this,
bro. No, bro, hold on, bro. Let me get some of this water. Bro, hold on. Let me get some of this water. I gotta drink.
You see how he changes his voice so easy? How he can be used to be different characters on social media at a drop of a dime. Now he's British all of a sudden. He's trying to turn it comical to camouflage what he just said. Did y'all catch that? Listen. Watch how he flips.
Or black or American.
Really? I didn't know that.
So that's your business advice.
Oh, bro, I didn't know. Bro, I didn't know.
Your perspective. So you're promoting
I didn't know. Hold on, bro. Let me sip some more water.
But can I hear this,
bro. No, bro, hold on, bro. Let me get some of this water. Bro, hold on. Let me get some of this water. I gotta drink. Because you British UK people, you swear that you're the only smart people. You British people, you swear you're the only ones that read books. Get the fuck out of here with that shit, man. Listen. Business. Listen. He's not telling you business. All right? This is bullshit. I'm tired of you UK motherfuckers with your fucking accent.
We don't know where the fuck he lives. We don't know who the fuck Gasemup is. He has so many different characters that he uses at a drop of a dime. Who the fuck are you, Gasemup? Who can the real Gasemup stand up, please? Stand up, bitch.
I'm with you. I'll ship you, bro. I'll ship you. What are you gonna do next? You're gonna wet me? You're gonna shake me. I'll shiv you. Listen, bruv. You're gonna shiv me. Bruv, right? Listen, nobody gives a fuck about you motherfuckers from the UK with your damn drill and the bullshit. It's like, cut it out. Come here as humble men. No, I'm not listening to him. So if you're gonna be here, you're wasting your time. I'm gonna stop talking again. But if this motherfucker decides to indirectly mention me,
let's just get to this part real quick. You know, just for, making it more interesting.
If you click this video thinking I am going to scam you, I assure you that is totally true, but more on that later. Why do Nigerian scammers say they are from Nigeria? The title comes from a research paper written by Cormac Hurley of Microsoft Research and really dissects how scamming works in a nerdy, oogly-boogly way. It would be too boring to cover this long essay, so hopefully I can make it more interesting. Oh my God, my great aunt who I've never heard of died and left my money to a Nigerian prince, and now it's mine, and all I need to do is send all my Bitcoin to this address? Scammers create these insane stories because they do not want to waste their time and have to be able to distinguish a sucker from what scientists call a false positive. Quote, this difficulty increases dramatically as the density of viable victims in the population decreases. For attacks with very low victim densities, the situation is extremely challenging. Basically, scams you come across seem to use confounding tactics of some misspellings and minor errors in their communications to make it blatant to anyone with any real awareness that this is not worth their time. Only someone with real cheese for brains would continue to mess with the Prince of Nigeria. The scammer only wants to deal with people who will fall prey to their entire scam, not people who will respond to their email and waste their time. Scammers who also misspelled some relevant words have a greater chance of having their scam emails penetrate through spam filters, studies have shown. Okay, I'm getting ready to send the money to the address 1600 Scam Account, Pennsylvania Avenue. I can't wait to turn my life around and make it rich. Misspellings and grammatical errors also make the email seem more authentic and believable. Kind of like how the multimillionaire Asmongold posts a video of him making a steak to seem more relatable to his fan base. It's fun to note that anyone can be a scammer, starting off with small malpractice and upping the ante every time to increase the fraud until it gets out of control. The most notable example of this is Bernie Madoff, former NASDAQ chairman who stole millions from his clients in a decades-long Ponzi scheme. Madoff, who started off as a legitimate investment banker in the 1960s, started falsifying his returns in the early 1990s, supposedly. Afraid to tell his clients that they lost money in the stock market, Madoff continued to lie for the next 18 years until the scam fell apart in 2008. A lot of scammers can take advantage of social engineering, and it can be difficult to resist it based on our natural tendencies, such as willing to help out friends. Some common reasons are reciprocity, the natural tendency to repay others for providing us with something. This is what the famous money mule scam takes advantage of. Scammers send money to you, sometimes by check, then ask you to send some of it to someone else. They often want you to use gift cards or wire transfers. Of course, they don't tell you the money is stolen, and they're lying about the reason to send it. If you actually try to deposit the check, it will be a fake and the bank will ask you to repay the amount, leaving you stranded without a paddle. Oh, it appears you accidentally sent me $10 billion when you meant 5. Well, I will send you back that missing portion pronto. Another common tactic is incremental commitment. If you say yes to someone once, you are likely to say yes the next time. As soon as you have committed yourself to an action, it is difficult to walk away. It sometimes becomes an automatic practice, and you can be lured like food to prey. This can be shown in many self-improvement.
Okay, food for prey. Let's get back.
I'm going to come back in. So tell your man, since this is your boyfriend, right? Tell him to keep my name out his mouth directly or indirectly. I'm going to keep doing the same shit. I don't give a fuck.
Come on, man.
Okay, bro, go ahead, Apidamis. Finish up your point. Let's try let him finish.
All right, thank you guys. Kaizo, I really appreciate you and ICT guys giving me the opportunity to finish this adventurous story I was telling.
I'm not gonna let him. You can kick me up, Kaiser, but as long as this motherfucker keep mentioning me indirectly, and you know what he's doing, he said he wants to talk about business, Kaiser. So, Kaiser,
let him finish.
No, Kaiser, because I don't do that to people, Kaiser. Don't do that. And I know you like the dust and I know you like the views, but let's keep it real. This motherfucker said he wants to talk about business, right? So let him talk about business. Tell him to get straight to it, Kaiser. Because when these other people on here, you give them lateral rope, right? So you give them a wide latitude. Tell this motherfucker to get straight to the business. Don't mention my name. Listen. Tell him. I don't give a fuck what he is. I don't give a fuck what he is.
African. Hang on. when it comes to other content creators, I gotta give them more respect because obviously,
I'm a content creator too.
Yeah,
I'm a content creator too.
And that's why I haven't cut you off. I've let you go back and forth.
No, but I'm not cutting. No, but Kaiser, I'm not cutting him off. I'm just saying the man should not talk about me. I don't talk about him. He said he wants to talk about business. So Kaiser, can you, as the moderator of this panel, this is your channel, say, hey, Afrodamus, can you just get straight to the point and tell us about business and not mention this motherfucker? That's all, Kaiser. You can do that.
Kaiser.
Be more intelligent on how you come from.
Thank you. Oh, so, my point I was making. So if you want to, like you're an African, or, you want to send money with the best exchange rate, what I was saying is, like the place where I send my money at, it is a Soninke business / Somali, because, we work together like that. We don't have this fetish, drooling over their women or them drooling over our women. We have boundaries and respect, you see? But speaking of you remember the story I was telling. Now I'm talking about a completely different individual, completely different guy. So this one guy, I met in a different panel. So he was trying to force dictate the conversation to go to business. But the man himself, the man that was there, he said he's a very, very good savvy businessman. Okay? But the moment a good businessman comes, the man started talking about sex. The man started talking, about, just nasty stuff, started losing it. So my advice here is, people like that, just let them keep talking, because they are scammers, right? So they are scams when somebody reveals it through conversation. They start losing it. The man started acting like he was drinking Egosi soup. This is in a different panel. Okay? I am not talking about this panel, just in case.
He's trying to hurry up and slip it in. He don't want peace. He wants problems.
I don't want peace. I want problems always. I don't want peace. I want problems always.
Okay.
So there are scams when somebody reveals it through conversation. They start losing it. The man started acting like he was drinking Egosi soup. This is in a different panel. Okay? I am not talking about this panel, just in case anybody, is thinking this has anything to do with them. This has nothing to do with you guys here. But let's get to the meat and bones of this. What is the obsession with Somali women? I noticed this from certain individuals, They said they are men, but they are worried about, what the Somalis say. Look, I've been saying this. This is not only in the internet. The last person that touches my money to send to Gambia is a Somali. Wallahi, I'm very good with the Somalis, respectful people. You see? So clearly, some of the people I saw on those panels, they are the cultural behavior they exhibit. A Somali will never marry them because they will be considered degenerate. This is the truth. So it's a cultural thing. When a man loses his identity, they would run all over, sniffing for other people's women. Just sniffing around. You see?
Interesting.
Yes.
Sniffing about.
It is some of those people, they will hide behind to say they're doing it in the name of, blackness. But in reality, they just have a sick fetish for Somali women. So they want to shame Somalis into, being open to the idea of allowing their women to be turned into 3 or 4s. You get the drift? And also speaking about Africans investing, you know, people that are watching on the internet, be careful giving your money to people. Okay? You have to be, you know, like, in fact, even today, what I'm saying, when somebody comes and say they are investor or they are business people about Africa, tell them to come and speak to Africanos in front of all of you. In front of all of you. Then you guys will find out the truth. Because like IC3 said, IC3, today's your first time meeting me, but I'm 100% African. I don't waver. And when people point to Africans and say the Africans are the scammers, but a minute ago, those people were pretending that they are the chief of a village. You know, that is a problem. I just want to point those things out, you see? So please, when men are talking, let the boys sit down and listen. I'll allow IC3 to continue here while I drink my water. In fact,
That's all I needed to show. And my point of showing that is to show that some people have been paying attention to Gasemup and some people have not. Aphrodama's been paying attention and I have been paying attention. And I have been knowing and feeling in my spirit that the man is not quite right. Something about him is scammering or scammable. He has a spirit of scam. And when he jumped on the panel, he targeted Nakmeezy. He basically was rubbing on his belly and his back, giving him all this affection of compliments and all that kind of stuff. And then he, you know, swooped in to talk about this so-called, what did I say it was called again? Let me find it. My memory's not that great in the morning, but we'll get there. Hold on just a second. IBKR, Interactive Brokers Group. Interactive Brokers Group. With an anti-fraud notice, letting you know that people are coming like they are that, mimicking the IBKR, and they're scamming people. They're swindling people out of money, personal information, and identification documents. The same thing that Nigerians love to do, because wherever they go, they keep getting kicked out of here, getting kicked out of there, and all over the place because of their scamming or not keeping up with their visas or passports, the way in which the countries they go to, they disrespect the law. And so they are targeting Black Americans because, again, we're the least protected. Let's just be frank. We're the least protected in America. Everybody wants to pick us dry. And so when you have people that are successful like Nakmeezy, when he speaks, people are going to listen. And so what I say to you, Nakmeezy, I'm not angry at you. I'm just kind of disappointed because what your namesake calls for you to do is say, I'll check into what you're saying, but I need to do research before I, sign on or vouch for, because you do not know Gasemup. You can't know Gasemup. He never shows his face. He never explains anything about who he is. He never describes what he's doing. He never says what he's partaking in. He tells and suggests what you ought to do, what we ought to do, like we his bitches and hoes. And he comes to the big head, or he comes to someone he knows that has a name for himself in hopes that you will vouch for him, and we stupidly go and just trust. Some people just, based off of how you talk, Nakmeezy won't do the research like me. They won't be bold like me. They're just going to follow your lead, whether it's right or wrong. And I think that you should just understand that your name has too much weight to just allow Gasemup to just slide on through and tell you whatever he wants to tell you, and you say out your mouth that Gasemup is not a scammer. How do you know he's not a scammer? How could you know he's not a scammer? But you sat up there and say he was not, as if it was a matter of fact. And that was just a little bit weird to me. I don't know why you would do something like that, but I wish you would stop because it was truly odd. So with that being said, I will be back. I'm going to charge my phone up real quick. I'm going to come back for the Rob Rack debacle, but I could not allow Khazarian Empire to get rid of that stream first because he has a habit of hiding streams. And I was like, fuck that. I need to address Gasemup. Okay?
Hello, my brother home, goddammit. Yeah. 100% real. Even when I lose, I win. Nigga, you would not defeat me. Everything I did and everywhere I've been. Nigga, my life has not been easy. Oh, everywhere I turn, everywhere I go. Every corner, every street, avenue, a road. Every gangster got a story that need to be told. And I'm just trying to carry my load. I'm just sticking to the code. Cause even when I lose, I win. Nigga, you would not defeat me. Everything I did and everywhere I've been. Nigga, my life has not been easy. Oh, everywhere I turn, everywhere I go. Every corner, every street, avenue, road. Every gangster got a story that need to be told. And I'm just trying to carry my load. I'm just sticking to the code. Cause even when I lose, I'm a winner. I'm genetically built to overcome and deliver. I am definitely made for this shit, nigga. It's a part of me. It's pumping through my body just like it's one of my arteries. Yeah, I spit it sincerely. It ain't a bit of fear in me. This is not a facade. I am everything I appear to be. Dumb, mega, Squad, easy. Got poop on this hoe with me, bitch. Niggas better be easy. You seen these niggas expect the player to fail. Well, just keep your eye on me, hater, and watch how I excel. I always stuck to the code. I only trusted myself, and I only fuck with the niggas that stay down and wouldn't tell. Every corner, every street, every road, every avenue. I done travel and I encounter niggas that ain't have a clue. Lost in this world where love is an exception. You throw that bitch my way and it's gonna be an interception. He could go out the way is real in the field, and that's all I gotta say. It's gonna be touchdown, and it's on every single play. Cause even when I lose, I win. That's all the fuck I gotta say. Let's get it straight.
Okay, keep that same energy. Remember who we are and what we can do if we remain true to who we are. I will be back with Rob Rack live once all my phones charge up. I got to get me a little bit of drink because I'm so heated about Rob Rack. But before I get to the fuckery bullshit, I had to get to the true essence of what I'm about on this channel, which is exposing motherfuckers trying to line us up, and they think they're about to bankrupt us. We didn't cause the problems of Nigeria. We're not causing the problems of Africa, but everybody's coming to claw us to nothing. I'm not having it. Sorry. Y'all can hate me all you want, but all I know is to survive. All I know is to keep on pushing despite and against all odds. God bless. Be back probably in 2-3 hours, but I'm definitely going to come back. Trust and believe that.